Lisa, good evening. Welcome to Encounters. Jason A. Diz, welcome to Encounters. Starshine, welcome. Jason A408, thanks for joining. Tinker, good to see you. Sue Neal, welcome to Encounters. Dora Maria, Trivio, I think it is. Anna Marie, Christina, Marviness, good to see you. Ruba Dukes, good to see you, brother. Victoria, welcome to the show. Ed Ray Kramer, welcome. Southern Breeze Girl, welcome. You're tuning in and watching the #1 UFO talk show on social media. I'm CmdrAleon, your host, contactee since the 1960s, the co-coordinator in the United States of the Ashtar Command CE5 group here in New England, and also host of WESU-FM's The Cosmic Eye Radio for 20 years, and WES for a TV set that I had on my chair here. UFO God, welcome. Thanks for the roses. Everybody coming in here, welcome to Encounters, another late night edition, a little bit about 11:10 p.m. on the East Coast of the United States. We're glad to have everybody here. S. Flowers, it looks like a butterfly. Allison, Shannon Rose, all the people coming in here. I know we're going to have another great show. If you missed last night's program, it's on my YouTube channel, which is Encounters and Ashtar Spaceship News. So you'll be able to watch last night's show. We were talking about fairies and also about a number of things related to the galactic areas. Down Rabbit Hole's coming in here, my co-host. Celeste, good to see you. Good evening, Celeste. Let's amp it up, folks. As you know, we got to tap the screen, amp it up. I want to do 50,000 likes tonight. And if you're not following me, Light of the World, that's pretty good. I like that name. Please follow me now. Lauren, please follow me. Everybody, sincerely, good to have you with us. Sammy Banboni, Thomas Burgess. Yep, we had a whole program, Shannon. We had a great show about fairies, and our Friends with Fairies up in Vermont has fairies and recorded fairies. I'm going to post that video on here so people can see it. Probably this before the weekend's over, I'll be posting this one video of an actual fairy. Deborah D, welcome. Good to see you. Paul, Tinker, thanks for the likes. Everybody here, let's just amp it up, get it going here. And it's just good to be here. So we'll get started in a little bit. We're just starting up here. We're going to get our co-host on the air with us here on the show. I'm pretty sure he can come out. Hopefully he can come out on the screen without being... Oh. Hello, and he got a dip down and disappeared. He'll be back. Something's probably going on that he has to do. He'll come in and tell me when he's ready to come back in here. That's my co-host briefly coming up, and then he went back down the rabbit hole. You turned off the live invite. I don't think I did. Who turned off? I turned off the live invite. How is that even possible? Hey, let's do this here.
Okay, there it goes. Yeah, for something happened. But yes, I will be right back. I'm gonna put it in silent mode.
So, yeah, we're not turning off the invite here. And skip to Grace. Good evening, Grace. I worked for a private government contractor in the 80s and 90s. Technician, did you see the private contractor? I'm very curious. I might just put you on here if I can. Anything related to UFOs?
I have to come off the mic for that because this will be our second government contractor that we've met. So we got to get that person
on. Hey, technician, can you turn your private to public on your TikTok? Turn your private to public so we can get you on here. You have it set to private, so I can't follow you back or put you on live. So take a moment to look at your TikTok in terms of how you set it up, and we can get you on. You have over 1,000 followers. We'd like to bring you on. So reset your thing to public. Do you know how to do that, technician? And we'll get you on here on the show. You'll be our first guest. I got a feeling you have a lot of information. And when the commander gets a feeling like that, we got to go with it. So I can read energy even without even reading a story. And I know you got something to talk about. We're going to see if you can do that. You're still on private mode. And I don't know how you turn yourself into public mode. Maybe somebody here does. Let me see what's going on here. Do we have him? Okay, I want to get him on. We'll definitely get some of our regular guests on here in a few minutes, in a little bit. I just want to get Technician on here, and let's see if Technician can respond to our invite. So I know, Technician, I'm interested in your story. I just promoted a video of our show. I put it on here. You'll see that a lot. We're going to be sending our promotions of our show. My account is set to private for a reason. I will change it. Okay. Change it and we'll get you on here. It's really important because I have a feeling there's a lot related to the whole subject of UFOs, and I think you can add some light to our audience all over the world. So I'm really excited to have you come on here. Tell me when it's set to public, and I'll put you on as a guest, our first guest on the show tonight. Welcome everybody to Encounters, the late night UFO talk show. We need more love. Good to see you, Judy White. Thanks for the likes. Fabiana Gardine, welcome. We appreciate everybody coming here. Saint, good to see you. Salvador Gonzalez, Angel Michael, Savart, good to see you, brother. Everybody coming in here. So we're going to get this Technician on here, hopefully, and we're going to see if he's set to public, and we'll put him on here. So let me see here. We got to find him here. We're going to go back to his name. I'm going to go backwards. Here he is. So let me see if he's changed the setting yet. Nope, I'll wait till he changes the setting. I know he has it set for a reason to private, but he's going to hopefully set it to public. Let me know when you have, there, maybe? Is that him? I want to wait till he comes in here, folks. When you get Technician on here, for sure. We'll get everybody else in here. We're going to be on here till about 12:30, maybe 1 o'clock. So it's going to be like a 2-hour show. So everyone be patient. I know people want to get on here and talk, but I want to get this person Technician on here, and I'm determined to do that, So we're going to try to get the Technician on here who worked for government contracts. Good evening, Chris. And I have a feeling he has some information, So if I know he has it set to private, so I have a feeling if he goes to the setting, he'll know how to set it to public. And then after he goes off of the interview, if he wants to send it back to private, that's fine. But to have you on here, I've got to have it set to public. Then I can't do the interview. This is CmdrAleon. Welcome everybody. Margaret, welcome to the show. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, Almighty. Good evening, everybody else coming in. Judy White, thanks for the likes. And I know Kerry Benham, welcome to our show. Kerry, welcome to Encounters. So you'll be seeing me promote my show on TikTok a lot. I don't do it enough, and we're going to try to reach millions and millions of people in all these different tags that are interested. And supposedly there are billions of people interested in the subject, so we need to reach all those people, and hopefully they are around, Birds aren't real. That's a good one. Birds aren't real. I like that. Birds are not real. James Shanks, welcome to the show. And so we're waiting for that to occur. Hey, birds aren't real. I like that name. Very good. Very cool. Hey, Marinee, good evening. Peace, love, and light always. Love your content. Keep it up. Thank you, Bella Sky. We certainly appreciate it. Hey, Super Mario, keep on looking at the sky. Eureka. Morels 51, I think it is. I'm trying to get the words there. Hey, thanks for the follow. Birds aren't real. Hey, Cindy 13. Mendoza Keno, welcome to the show. I love acknowledging people on here. There's some great names. Sugar Coated. That's a good name. I'll tell you, people come with some good stuff on here. Hippie Moods, maybe. That's a good name. So hopefully we're going to have some new people on here we can interview. We'll bring people on here who've been on here before. Hey, Liz, thank you for the hand heart. I appreciate that so much. And I also appreciate all the gifts. They help in the general work we're doing here. Sweet Baby Rays, welcome. Kiss and Glow. Kiss and Glow. Kiss and Glow, you're on Encounters, the #1 UFO talk show on the planet Earth. Okay, 54 Heartmar, I think it is. I'm trying to read all these beautiful names of people. Diane August. Good to have you. John Miles, 358. Welcome to our show. Hey, Saint. as you're finding out about our show, if you're finding out through my promotions on TikTok, on my ads that I create, you'll see more of that constantly reaching the TikTok world. R. Thompson, welcome to the show. And we're going to see who we have here. Like I said, I'm waiting to get this guy, the technician, on here. So I have a mission. I have a mission. We'll get other people on here, but I got to get this person on here. If you are broadcasting next Saturday, I'll release my private account for one evening. Yeah, we'll be on next Saturday. I'm going to friend you. I can't even friend you because you got it private. So I want to friend you. I'll tell you what. Next Saturday when we're on, and you go from being private to not private, we'll have you on, okay? Obviously, I got this distinct feeling you have a lot of top secret information and you're being careful, and I completely get it. We have our contact in the DoD here, technician. We have a friend of ours who's got high security clearance, and she's one of our whistleblowers. Coffee Space, welcome. So we have a whistleblower months ago that we became friends with, and we provide top secret information of the cosmic kind on our show, and you can't find that anywhere else on YouTube, any other social media. Right here, just to let you know, I've done work for the DoD. Interesting. Well, that's great because we have a friend in the DoD who's got high security clearance, and she providing us with a lot of UFO information within the DoD that they're monitoring, stuff that people on CNN and NBC don't know, amongst others. Yeah, we'd love to have you on. Too bad you can't come on tonight, but next Saturday, you got a deal. We'll put you on the air here. And one thing, when we get somebody coming on here, we want them to know that we're all about disclosure. I had my first sighting technician when I was a kid, preteen, of a spaceship with men, women, and children that were human. They were wearing like a bluish light space outfits, and they were telepathic. And that was my first connection with the whole thing. And also, I'm very out there and very public about it, that I'm from Mars. So I'm not from Earth. I'm from the planet Mars. My co-host knows about it. People that are regulars on my show know that this is where I come from. I'm in human form. I'm here as a human being, of course. I'm human on Mars. I'm very much here to disclose information. I'm a telepathic communicator. My clearance is not DoD. My clearance is with a space group called Ashtar Command. So I communicate with them directly, and I don't channel anything. I've been active for many, many years. So I perceive information myself. I don't have to get it from government, but I do love when people like yourself are willing to come forward and share the truth with our world audience. So I want to just introduce myself to you, being from Mars originally and being here on mission. That's why I'm here. I can play the game on Earth pretty well, as most people will know, but I'm here to bust the matrix and the lies that have been perpetuated on our planet for many decades. But welcome, technician. We'd love to have you here. And you can even message me as well if you want to. Before next Saturday, let us know a little bit more about you, the things you can tell us. And we'll have a great show with you next Saturday. We'll have an exclusive interview with you on our show next Saturday night. Our shows start around usually 11 o'clock on the East Coast, so we certainly are glad you're here. Stick around, listen, and enjoy the show. And I'll turn it over to James. James, welcome.
Hello
Are you
there.
ready to come on? Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, everybody. Yeah, I'm ready. We are here. I know people have been reaching out to us. I've been getting text messages and smoke signals and phone calls and everything. And I'm gonna try to get back to everybody. I am so sorry. I'm busy. So I know everybody that you're sending messages. I am getting them. I am reading them. I have emails saved. I just got to phone calls. Yeah, somebody needs to talk on the phone, and somebody needs to get some personal rabbit therapy. There's options for that.
And I am trying to keep up also. I'm getting a lot of messages constantly now. I'm trying to really humanly catch up after the show or before the show. I see the thing telling me I have messages from this, and this. I will get to your messages and respond to them. but it takes time because the show's become, so popular that it's hard to get to every message that is there. But we are, James and I are trying to do our best on that, and we will. So thanks for joining us.
Oh,
And if you're a new person, we'd like to hear your story.
UFO Skyscanner, the video in the living room. Yeah, he definitely, it was cool. So yes, I saw the video. Yes, thumbs up, legit video. Thank you for the crystals in the background.
I think I might have seen it too the other day. I get hundreds of messages.
Yeah, it was a few days back that he tagged us in it.
Yeah. Love the crystals, James. Lots of testimonials. So this is what I will ask of our audience. If you have 200 plus followers or 1,000 plus, and you've not been on the show yet, I want to give new people a chance. The people that have been on the show, we're going to have you back on. We just want to get some new stories here. Again, we want to hear your UFO sighting reports. I've been posting some new sighting videos. One from Odessa, Texas, a family, I think it was within the last 24 hours, they were outside a spinning UFO. The wife says that it was spinning like a saucer in Odessa, Texas, in the sky above. The child, the little kid, and the mother and the father. I believe I just posted that video. Yes, I did, on my Ashtar Spaceship news page on here on TikTok. I have some of the best video that you're going to see of real, actual spaceships or UFO on my Ashtar Command Spaceship news. You're not going to find any CGI on my pages or anything. Everything I get, I examine every single video. And the videos that I get from people on my show are coming from people actually having experiences. I want to thank all the people trusting me in sending me, and even down rabbit hole, are the video footage, because that is substantiating the reports that you're presenting from real encounters. There's a lot of people out there still doing CGI and trying to hoodwink everybody into think, oh, that's really real,
There's some really good CGI out there too, guys. There's some really good CGI. There's a lot of Ring. You guys are going to see this. There's a lot of Ring camera videos going out that are now, a lot of them are being faked. And you're going to be seeing what you'll think is, oh, we're seeing the same craft.
Right.
In all these different places, but what you're really seeing is the same light phenomenon in the same places. So
and we're going to bring Jake on. Jake, you have 200 plus followers. You can come on our TikTok with the audio. So if you want to come on, Jake, just accept a request, and you'll be our first new guest on the show. Jake's been on our show watching us, but I'd like to get him on here and see if he'll come in. I think he can come in here now. Let me see if that's possible. I'm going to invite you, Jake. I'm pressing the invite button. So accept the invite. If you see you're invited, press the invite thing. You'll come on with us on the show, and you'll be our first guest. If you see that on your TikTok.
That's a good idea. 1 minute at a time. Commander, you need to put your link for your YouTube in your bio.
Yeah, I will do that after the show. I'll definitely put that in there. A good idea. Yeah. He can't come.
We got to make Commander a website.
Oh, he can't come in tonight.
He can't come in tonight.
Okay. So we'll get him on in another night. Anyone else that's new, or even not new, that has a UFO sighting report, Stacy, thanks for joining us. If you've had any encounters in your house, around your property, with extraterrestrial intelligence, and you have over 200 followers, I want to get those people on. I know you're out there. Please share and like. It's really crucial now. We want people to be confident to come out of the closet. Share your stories. Tammy, thanks for joining us. Yes, I have a playlist with tons of his videos and live stream replays. Enlightened Jess, thank you. So you really, Laura Hutchinson,
that's
welcome
a real
to our
fan
show.
Right there.
Yep. Shona, welcome. Irish, oh, we love the Irish. Welcome, Irish. Laura, Chicago, welcome. Good to see you. So I want to get really into the UFO thing tonight heavily. Let's see what's going on here. And please share and like. And also, this show is dependent upon people that have the ability to gift us on the show. Your gifts really help in the general work we're doing. I have filmed a UFO. HazelMD. Let's see where
Hey,
HazelMD is.
so Jake did send me the video. So what man, and he had a good eye too, because he had a video, and when you post a video and you're in editing mode, you can go frame by frame by frame. And he has a video of a UFO just coming in and boop, popping in on one frame of the video, and then boop,
Yeah.
coming out.
Wow.
Oh, it was a live photo. Oh, I
A
thought I
photo.
was looking at a video of. Oh, was it a progression? Was it progression videos? But anyway,
Ah.
this thing was just in and out real quick.
Well, we have
It wasn't a gag.
HazelMD.
Yeah, frame by frame. That's what I'm saying. So, and you see it in one frame, and then the next frame it's gone, and that means it was moving super quick, and B, it
Yeah.
was
Can you
just
hear
in
me,
and out of
guys?
the dimension.
So we have HazelMD. HazelMD, can you turn on your camera?
Where's the button at?
Okay. To turn on the camera, you'll see the stuff
You
at the
click
bottom.
on your
It's
name, click on your picture,
right.
click on your own
uh,
picture, and you'll see a little thing pop up with the
gotcha,
camera, and then you hit
gotcha.
save.
And just hit
How's
the
that?
save. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, hit
blipped in and
save.
blipped out.
I don't see save.
It's a big pink button at the bottom. Oh wait, how many followers does he have?
You'll
He's
connect
got
using
plenty.
audio. It says you'll connect
Oh yeah,
using
he's got
audio
plenty.
only. Why is that? But here's the camera.
Okay. Well, just press the audio only. Let me see here. You
How's
have over
that?
1,000 followers. You should be able to go on
Yeah,
with the camera.
earlier when I got bumped out of the live, it said that the host has disconnected live options. So maybe that messed something up on
It
his
says
end.
it's got a lot writing that says you'll connect using audio only. And then I'm hitting my
Yeah.
camera, and this is all I get is this. I
Huh.
Oh,
I don't know what's
don't
going
know.
on, but
we'll
I don't either.
we'll take it as we can.
yeah, we'll definitely
Um,
do that. Let me pause for a minute and I'll see if I can redo this. I don't know what's causing that because I know
Well, hit
we're
the
going to do
camera.
this for a minute. Actually, I'm going to see if I can. I'm going to take a look at you do have a camera. It's on lock mode. It's like crossed out, and you do
Okay.
have
Oh,
the
I see it.
ability.
I see it.
Click
Uh,
on that. Click on the camera,
it's
Yeah,
crossed out.
yeah. You have to press on
Okay.
it
I did.
and then hit save.
and hit
Hang
save.
on. Oh, hang on. Hang on. I'm hitting it,
See?
and it is not doing nothing. I don't have a save button.
Well,
I don't
hit it
see it.
again. Hit it again. Just press on that camera
There's
until
a
it
press
unlocks.
on the
It'll
camera.
unlock. Yeah, press on the camera. That's what
Okay.
you have to do.
There we go.
And
I
then it
pressed
should be a
on.
save.
No, it just says you'll connect using audio on. I don't see a save. I'm
All
serious.
Yeah,
right.
that's
I'm
happened
not
to
sure
me
what's going on with that.
sometimes, Commander.
The
Yeah,
I
what?
don't.
the camera's not important. The camera just
Yeah.
helps his algorithm.
Yeah. Just go ahead with your story. Where are you located on the planet?
There's me right there. I'm in South Carolina.
Oh, great. We're glad to have you on the show.
Can you guys see me?
We can't see you. We can only see your picture. We hear your audio. We'll have to go with
Okay.
that for now.
Okay, great. I could see y'all earlier, but I can't see y'all anymore. But
That's really
anyway,
weird. But go
yeah.
ahead.
Anyway, I was on my videos. I mean, I don't make a lot of videos, of course, but I was standing out my front. I'm always looking up. I know I've heard of things of people being star seeds and all that, and I am always looking up. But about a year ago, I walked out my front door and just looked up in the sky. I mean, straight out, straight out my front door, and there was just a light. It was just pulsating. You could tell it wasn't a star. It was something. You knew it wasn't a plane. I mean, our star. It wasn't a plane or a star. But I had time. I watched it for about 2 or 3 minutes. But then I had time to come inside and get my phone. and walk out back, and then walk back out front, then film it. And as soon as I turned my camera on, about, I would say 5 to 10 seconds had passed, and it just started falling, like straight down, just straight down toward the earth. And you can
Wow.
see as I'm filming it that I lose it in the camera. I actually had to film it off an old phone, which was because
Hmm.
my it had broken on me and I couldn't get it to switch over. But if you see it on my camera, I mean, you can go see it on my film. But it passes the. You got to watch the whole thing because it goes beside the moon, and when it goes beside the moon, you can really see how fast it's going and what it
Yeah.
is. Because from the
Yeah.
beginning, it really looks just like a cheap video and all. But I've never in my life seen anything that goes that fast and that bright without blinking. Has any
Wow.
one of y'all
Right.
had a chance to look at it yet?
Let's
I
see.
haven't seen the video. I'd
I
love you
know
to send me a copy of it.
yeah, it's on my TikTok page.
Okay.
If you could go to my TikTok page and you can get a really good view of it. But like I said, watch it till the end. I think it's the second or third video in, but watch it like I said to the end because it don't do it any justice until you see it go beside the moon. And when it does, it just baffles me. But I've always been interested in the in the UFOs and the
Hmm.
everything in the sky. I
Hmm.
have a and years ago. I'm 52 years old now, but when I was 19, I actually worked a job before I moved out on my own, and it was a shutdown for this paper mill, and I was driving home, pretty late at night a lot. But I always had this reoccurring dream that I had seen a red light in the middle of the road,
Hmm.
and I pulled over to the side and didn't think nothing else about it. And I got home. It was 2 hours. I got home 2 hours later than I should have got home. Not
Yeah.
faster. 2 hours later, I didn't stop anywhere. My family, my parents just asked me, where I went, and I didn't go nowhere. I just came straight home. Kind of like a
Yeah.
missing time thing. So
Huh.
let's go 5 years after this. I've had some kind of something was growing not growing, just a knot on the top of my arm, and it was
Hmm.
something inside my arm. I thought it was. I got into a wreck. I was hit by a drunk driver, and
Okay. Wow.
my attorney, he definitely told me to make sure I go see everybody about everything. So I wanted to see what this thing was. So I told him I think a piece of glass got in my arm in the wreck, and that
Hmm.
enabled me to be able to go get this checked out. So I got the thing in my arm checked out. The doctor, he actually was a well-known doctor in Charleston, South Carolina, a plastic surgeon
Hmm.
actually. But
Wow.
he took the thing out, and I never heard a word back from him. He never
Really?
said what it was.
Whoa.
It was wild looking, and he never had a chance to tell me what it was. He never heard
What
from
did it
him.
look like?
Yeah.
Well, it just looked like it wasn't glass. It was a small metal piece of like a
Well, then
small metal square
a
is what it
square.
was. It's a square, a
Wow.
perfect square of metal in my arm. And he said he was going to get it tested and get back with me. And and in time passes, you just
Oh,
never hear nothing, and
he
until
got it tested. And they said we're not
Yeah.
even going to talk to
Yeah.
this guy again.
Yeah. They said,
I
government, we're
mean,
taking it from you. You
I
know?
don't
How
know what
long
it
ago
was,
was that?
but this has been.
You were 19.
I was in. No, that was when I had that missing time when I was 19. But
Wow.
this has been. I was probably about 32, 33 when I had it taken out of my arm. Like I said, I'm 52 now.
He did. He did call
Wow.
the doctor, Anchorman. The doctor's the one that
He
took it
did.
out of his arm.
And the doctor
Yes,
never
Wow.
communicated with him again afterwards.
no, he was
And the
supposed to,
doctor had a visit from the Men in Black.
but my
Probably.
my attorneys were, handling all that stuff, and made sure I went there. But like I said, this guy he is well renowned. He was like his credentials, I guarantee you, took about 10 minutes to read. But he was a
Hmm.
piano player in New York City. He was some kind of, you know, I don't know, whatever you call it, a
Yeah,
really
yeah.
good piano player. But he never told me what it was, and I've always wondered what it was. It wasn't glass, like I said. But so I
Hmm.
wonder if they would have, because I'm always thinking about that thing. And when you see that video on my page,
Yeah.
you will trip out. I'd like to know what you guys thought
I
it
just
was.
watched it. I just watched
Did
it.
did you watch it to the end
Yeah,
when it passed the moon?
it was zooming for sure.
Because it was
Yeah.
sitting still. I had time to come in my house, get my camera, and when I put my camera on it, is when it about 3 seconds later is when it started falling. That's why I was missed it. I was trying to find it
Yeah.
again, and I
Well,
found
you
it
were
finally.
mentioning you mentioned that you had missing time. What year was that?
This was I was 19, so I was born in 71, 81,
Okay.
91, so I would say 90.
Did you have this thing in your arm before the missing time or after the missing
No,
time?
no, it was after. It was
Okay,
after
so
that.
I'm going to help you out here. I appreciate that. You were probably taken, I'm getting that you were taken by non-terrestrials, meaning extraterrestrial beings. I don't know who they are, but you were taken and they implanted something in your arm. That's why you have the missing time.
Well, I don't remember anything about
You won't.
anything,
Yeah.
seeing anything. Only in dreams, I've
Mhm.
seen things, because I'm definitely a
Yeah.
believer of this.
Yeah.
It's just I don't have any information on these things. I've heard that I was a star seed of
Hmm.
and I've looked it up a little bit, but I don't know a lot on it.
Hey, yeah.
I've
Someone's asking how long was your missing time? Like, was it an hour, 2 hours?
It was
Do
two
you
hours.
remember?
I was 2 hours late
2
getting
hours.
home,
2 hours of
and I
missing
never
time.
stopped. I never stopped. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, you were taken on a spaceship.
But when I came
I'm
around
getting.
the curve, when I came around that curve and just saw that bright red light in the road, I remember it plain as day. I pulled
Yeah.
over, and then
Yeah.
I don't know nothing after that, except
Yeah. You were
driving
taken.
again, and it's done gotten
Yeah.
dark, and I was 2 hours late. But I've never
Yeah.
told
I'm getting
anybody. This is the first
information.
time. This is the first
Well,
time I've told anybody this.
I'm reading your
Well, thank you
consciousness
for
right
sharing.
now. Yeah, thank you. And I'm reading your energy from I do this with people. Like when I hear these stories, I just automatically go into a different mode. So I'm going to
Uh-huh.
say this as much as I can. The ship landed on the road. It was landing on the road. Whatever the beings were, they took you and you had missing time.
Uh-huh.
They did so much so when they implanted the implant, when you came back into 2 hours later, you don't remember anything. They don't want you to, for whatever reason. I don't know why they would not want you to remember where you went or anything. But they did take you on their ship, that red ship or whatever, and you were
Uh-huh.
taken, and then you were brought back 2 hours later without
Uh-huh.
remembering anything about it. When you came back, were you sitting in your car?
I was driving
He's
again,
driving.
but it
You were
was dark.
driving.
Yes, but it
So
was dark, and it wasn't dark.
were you on a country road, on a road that had a lot of
Yeah,
traffic?
I was on the country road with not a lot of traffic.
Okay. Okay. So I'm going to give you more
Hazel,
information.
Now,
I want you to know that you're not the only person this has happened to. We have another
yeah,
guest. His name's Apostle Paul, Captain Paul, I
yeah,
mean, and that
yeah,
this same exact incident has happened to him.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
you're definitely,
Now,
um, you
now,
definitely
could
had
I?
something happen for sure.
I'm gonna get a little deeper into this because it's a little more, questions. Now, as a kid, I had it tough growing up because my father was a drunk and my mom left. I got two older sisters,
Mm-hmm.
but my mother divorced him when I was two. He was in the
Mm-hmm.
Navy, but he started drinking anyway. my stepfather, I was molested from the age of kindergarten to
Hmm.
fourth grade, and it was one of those,
Mm-hmm.
if you tell, I'll kill everybody in the family things, you know.
Hmm.
And I'm trying to always think to myself, why would something like that happen to me, you know, our innocent child, all, you know, for that long of a time, and you know, me not have a, you know, not knowing nothing to do. You know what I'm saying? It's confusing as a
Yeah.
child growing
Yeah.
up with that. Why?
Yeah. I'm sorry you went through that.
Why would that happen to me? You know, why would anybody let that happen to
Yeah. I
me?
mean,
You know what I'm saying? Is it something? I don't know, you know. When I finally told, my mother did divorce the guy. You know what I'm
mm-hmm.
saying? She believed me.
Mm-hmm.
But my preacher, who buried everybody in my family, you know, he didn't believe it. He said that every time he sees Frank, he was reading his Bible. But
Hmm.
you know, my mom knew it was true, and I knew it was true. So growing up, you know,
Well,
I
Hazel,
attended.
you know that it's unfortunate, but the people in the religious world,
Yeah.
it's very easy for them to turn a blind eye to something like that. And I'm
Yeah.
sorry that that was
Me
Yeah.
your
too.
experience.
Well, can
But
those
don't
things?
think that it was. Remember, don't think that it was something you did. Okay,
Right.
people
Oh
that do
yeah.
that, people that have the capacity to do that, have
Oh, sick.
mental health issues. They're sick in the head. They're
Yeah.
sadistic.
Yeah.
We
Yep.
can never
Oh
relate
yeah.
with them, and they might say they're Christians, but truly they are
Yeah.
evil.
Right.
And
Yeah.
in the absence of God, that's where evil is.
Yeah.
Right.
So what
You know, go ahead.
I've never been married. I'm a great guy. I've never had any kids. And like I said, I got two older sisters. But it led me to, you know, cheating on every girl I ever dated because had a sex addiction, you know. I didn't have chance to learn, you know, about the birds and the bees except for my own. And
Mm-hmm.
I felt like I've been paying back this universal karmatic debt on the women I've cheated on, and I don't know. Does that
Commander,
make any
bring
sense to
can
you?
you bring Grace on here because there's there's
Yeah.
some
Where's Grace?
um
I'll get Grace in here. Hold on a minute.
there's a generational curse there that he's fighting right now.
Yeah. Where's
Mm.
is in here
What's that?
somewhere? I found her. There she is. We're bringing our person Grace. Grace is part of our See
Yeah,
Not
Live
that
group,
we're professional
our command
therapists
group.
or anything, but we know
Yeah.
a thing
yeah,
or
No,
two about a thing or two.
she'll help you.
yeah. It's
That's
just
what this show's about.
it's just
Hello?
I feel like I've been paying back that debt, a debt for that or something. I don't know. I've never
Mm-hmm.
hurt anybody now. Trust me on that. None of the women did I take, you know, advantage of. That's for sure. It's just I
Okay.
would cheat
Well, say
on. I
hello to
would cheat
Grace.
on them.
Hi
Say hello to
guys.
Grace.
Hey, how are you? How's everyone tonight? Hi. Hi.
Hi, Grace.
Hi, Hazel. How are you? Nice
I'm
to
good.
meet
I
you.
go by Danny. Danny Hazel's my name, but you can call me
Mm-hmm.
whatever you want to.
Okay. Well, good to have you on the show.
We'll
So your
Thank
prepare
you.
you late for
stories.
dinner.
Thank you for
Thank you.
sharing your story.
Yeah,
Is this
and
something you've been holding on for a long time
it
too?
has, and it is. I'll tell you how much trauma I've been through. And this is might blow your mind. I don't know. I've never had a speeding ticket in my life. 52, no traffic ticket. Never seen the inside of a police car. Never had a face-to-face conversation with a police officer. And what happened to me, you know, growing up. But in 1995, I was robbed at a bar. I'm a 30-year bartender.
Mm-hmm.
Now I had two guys walk into the bar, throw me in the cooler, and shoot me in the back. And
Hmm.
Somebody saw him come in. So when they was leaving, they got into a firefight with the cops, and one of them got killed. He didn't make it. So I had to go to that trial, okay? And then in 2008, me and my cousins coming out of a restaurant, and we get carjacked. And he didn't make it. He took his last breath in my arms. Now, this is a true story. Now, I ended up having to. I made it that night, you know, and he didn't. He took his last breath, like I said, in my arms, and
Hmm.
I had to go to that trial. So it really feels like I'm paying back some karmatic debt, universal, and I think it might be for cheating on these women for being, using them, taking them for granted when I was younger. Because but as a kid, I didn't know any better, I didn't know. I mean,
Yeah, no, you didn't know any better, but
but growing up,
I don't think you should continue to blame yourself for and to continue the cycle
well,
of
what is
blame.
this? No, in when I was 38 years old, no, 35, I dated this girl named Mandy, okay? And I told her that when we slept together, I felt like it was a chore. Usually I would just leave them. But it made me feel good because I told her the truth. And I saw her a month later at the grocery store, asked her how she was doing. And she said, I'm going to see my boyfriend play softball. And it made me feel so good to myself that I didn't break her heart. That I've only been with one girl since I was 35. It's the same girl, and she does live away from me. But I mean, I felt I had like a, I had like I don't know, something changed that day. I had
Good.
a eye-opening experience, or whatever you want to call it.
Good.
A spiritual awakening, I would say.
Absolutely.
To where
Because
I don't do that no more, but
yeah,
I
well,
just
the power the power of fear to control is huge. It's as simple as that. It's the power to control, and your actions are defining that. So
Mhm.
if you think about that for a moment,
Yeah.
and the reasons why you do the things, and your patterns are just ways of dealing with and controlling, because this is the control you've had, like with those women. You had
Uh,
that control, and that was the only way you could control the situation.
hmm
But I think what has to happen is you have to just forget about the past somehow. Find a way. I know this is very, very difficult. I've
Yeah.
only met you just this moment. I don't know you. I'm not a professional therapist, but I do
Yeah. I've seen it.
feel in my heart of hearts that you um, are dealing with a double-edged sword,
Mm-hmm.
and that this is like a serving one master or another. If you decide to serve one master, then the strongholds will continue. You have to decide though which way you want your life to go. And like
Well,
this is
I,
why I think what
mm,
unfortunately we come into these scenarios in our lives where we're tested, and sometimes they're unimaginable tests.
it's
And
like I'm being tested all the time, though.
yeah, and so these are tests that will cause you to really, instead of react, act. And say,
Exactly.
I'm not going to react. I'm going to like actually think about this before I move forward. And then every little decision you make, you will change the trajectory of your life. You can turn this around.
hmm
You're very young still. You're very young
Yeah.
still. And you can turn this around. The rest of your life can be, beauty for ashes, as they say, right?
Yeah.
Beauty
I
for
guess
ashes.
so.
Yeah, I wanted to bring Grace on so she could give you some insight. This not trying to change the subject or downplay what you
No,
got
that's
going
cool.
on,
And
but we're
my question was, do those beings protect me sometimes? Because sometimes I feel like there's something is helping, like pull me
well,
away
there
from
definitely
trouble.
are protectors, and if
The
you
space
reach out
beings,
to them, they'll communicate that to you, and if you you pray in the Christ consciousness and,
I
you know,
do.
live a life of a good life and all of that. And you change your, you know, maybe there's some habits or something like Grace said that are, you know, needing to be adjusted
That's
and,
right.
and then explore your spiritual, growth with the
Yeah.
ETs, and then they'll tell you exactly what you need to hear.
Okay.
You know, I was going to say to you, Hazel, that this is CmdrAleon. We have Grace on, my co-host James,
Mhm.
HazelMD down in the Carolinas, and he just expressed his story, what happened with missing time. And the other thing I was getting is the space beings that you were taken on their ship with. And I tell
Mhm.
this to everybody when I hear visitation encounters or missing time things. You can make contact with them if you learn to just meditate, focus on that end of it, on the cosmic spiritual self of yourself. Go within, connect with your higher self. And if you take the time to do that, and just like Grace was saying, put this other stuff from your life behind you. Now you're a new
Yeah.
you. And the new you,
Okay.
you have to love yourself for the new you, and everything will be beautiful if you focus on the new
Yes.
you. And like James was saying, connect with the cosmic Christed levels and learn to focus in a non-religious way to the cosmic Christed levels, which are way different than Earth-based 3D religion. You're going to see that those space beings, whoever they are, and I'm not getting a read on where they're from, just that you had missing time. You didn't
Yeah.
remember what happened, but there you do remember seeing a red object on the road, and that was their ship.
Oh yeah.
So you were taken somewhere, and then you were brought back,
Yes.
and you don't remember anything.
Uh-uh.
Hey, Hazel, I
I
Yeah,
want to tell
don't.
you one more thing. Just remember,
Mhm.
when you wake up in the morning, you better tell yourself that you are worthy of love, you are
real.
worthy
That's
of
right.
peace, and you are entitled to all of the greatness that this universe has for you.
Right.
Uh, Man, I really appreciate you guys. You don't know how much. I mean, it means to me. I do have a psychiatrist I've been seeing for over 9 years, and it's just I don't believe in doing the drugs that they try to get me on. Like they want me to take Xanax and Adderall and
No,
Ambien, and
don't
I
do
just
that.
refuse to do it. I don't do it.
Don't do it.
But
It's gonna
I
mess up.
do.
It'll mess up
I
your
got
consciousness if you do that.
the reason I don't the only reason I have a TV is because people think you're crazy if you don't. But I don't watch a lot of TV because I'm always in, I guess people say, fight or flight mode. But I do have to take cannabis. It helps me to relax.
Yeah, that
It
stuff
helps
helps
Hazel,
me
me.
to be me.
I want to tell you something. You just said something very profound to me. You said fight or flight mode, and I've been talking to a lot of people that are going through a lot personally, and they're all saying they feel like they're in this fight or flight mode. My brother,
Mhm.
you've got to find time for yourself. You have got to find your inner peace and your calm.
Right.
Whether it is, and you just said you do cannabis, so if you just want to smoke a joint, listen to some music, and zen out and find that
Mhm.
inner peace, that's what you got to
Yep.
do.
Do it. And that's
Is
much
there a
better than all
certain
these
music I could
drugs that
vibe
they're
out
going to tell
to
you about.
help me find that music? I mean that inner peace? A certain kind of music or
Yeah, you can listen to
Well, yeah.
meditation
There's.
music. You
Oh
can
my
listen
God.
to. I listen to Tibetan gong music personally.
yeah. Pink Floyd?
Yeah, Pink
Pink
Floyd.
Floyd.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
You can get
yeah,
into a place with Pink Floyd. Yeah. You know.
Um,
yeah,
the
And
commander listens to Bob Marley and a lot of
yeah.
reggae.
yeah,
I
I
and
got
also.
you.
Chris in the comments said you need to really try and connect to nature if you can.
Yeah.
Really,
Yes.
good,
Now
good,
I'm a
good
Right.
big
comment.
lover of nature.
The
You
good
are okay.
comment. It'll help
I do.
heal. I
Hey,
mean, nothing's
I
Hazel, are
equal.
you still a bartender?
Yeah, yes, sir. I
You
am,
still
but
are
I don't
okay.
You know,
drink anymore.
no, I
Okay.
wasn't going to say that you're drinking, but remember
Yeah.
too, you are exposed to a lot of negative energy being in a bar.
Yeah.
A lot
Oh
of
Because there's
yeah.
other people's
But
a lot of
energies. And
different people.
remember,
You know.
if the ETs are reaching out to you, that's because you've got that inner light. So when you're
yeah,
around all of this darkness, even though it might not
yeah,
come from you, it's
yeah.
an immediately affecting you.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, this
And
place,
the
this
ET,
place I work at, it is a bar restaurant, and it's right on the water. It's on a lake, and I do the day shift, so I ain't around all the bad stuff anymore.
okay,
I separated myself from that. But I know where
okay,
you're coming from. Exactly. I've seen it all, being back there. But I wouldn't put myself in that
Yeah.
night shift anymore. I wouldn't do that no more. I've had too much
good.
of it. But
Yeah,
I
'cause you
want to
Well,
have
get
to
good.
back
Yeah,
to
Well,
that.
as Medusa said, just make sure you're shielding yourself and
yeah,
you're taking
yeah,
time for yourself, you're meditating, connecting to nature, all that stuff.
yeah. And
No, that
when
thing.
James says to shield yourself, one of the
Mhm,
things I teach I do workshops. I take people off
mhm,
planet onto a huge ship. In my
mhm,
workshops, I teach people to put like a bubble around them when they go out in life, wherever they work, whatever they do, a cosmic
uh-huh,
bubble, a Christed bubble. Now people say, what is a
uh-huh,
Christed bubble? How do you even do a Christed bubble? So the 3D mind might not understand it. But if you say to yourself, I wish to put a Christed bubble around me wherever I am at work, wherever I go out in the
uh-huh.
world, in day-to-day world things, you will find yourself shielded from any kind
Okay.
of mixed up energy out there in our society. You just have to put a bubble protection. Like in my home here, we got crystals everywhere, all
So
kinds of
like
high
attract
vibrational
it.
crystals.
Yeah. So
I'm
I'll
sorry, say
attract it
again?
if I'll attract that
You'll,
if I seek that, right? If
right. Well, it
if
depends what you want to
Yeah,
seek. When you
if
have
you
a
seek
Christed
good,
bubble
you're gonna
around
get
you,
good. Yeah, for sure.
yeah, it's whatever
exactly.
you seek,
Exactly. Now,
you know?
Hey, Commander,
That's
why don't
do you
we
think I
channel
should?
some good energy his way?
Do you think
oh yeah,
taking
I
that
mean I
thing
can
out of
do
my
that.
arm hurt anything? Do you
No,
think
I think
taking
Okay, repeat your
that?
question about
I
your arm,
think
Hazel.
whatever happens happens for a reason. So if it
Yeah.
went in
Yeah.
your arm and came out, that's exactly what the universe wanted to happen.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I didn't want it to be a bad thing to have that taken out. That something was planted in my arm, and all this
Right.
bad stuff
And
happened.
again,
I don't know.
there's two things that people need to know about implants. And I've met people at a UFO conference years ago here in Connecticut that Dr. Lear and this other person that used to be with the CIA, he left the CIA and he was involved in taking out implants from people that had implants. Now, I'm not one to say that implants are whatever. But again, you had an implant taken out by a doctor that you never heard back from again. And that implant was probably hypothetically given to somebody that he talked to in a government agency dealing with all this stuff,
Mhm.
and they took it. Your contact with these space beings that occurred, that someday you're going to probably see them. But again, you have to be ready for it. You have to regenerate
Yeah.
yourself into a different mode of operation. In my teachings,
Uh-huh.
I teach people when they're making contact with space people to meditate and focus on Christ consciousness. So, like for example,
Mhm.
whoever these beings are on that red ship that were on that road that night on that country road,
Mhm.
you need to
Mhm.
ask them, do they believe in Christ consciousness? That's the first thing.
Mhm.
If they respond
Mhm.
in a yes, then you know who they are. If
Mhm.
they don't answer the question, then cut off the communications. It's very simple to just do that. And I teach people,
Okay.
when you have an encounter like this, in
Mhm.
your case, missing time for like 2 hours, that's a lot of
Mhm.
time. On Earth, 2 hours could be a whole year off planet somewhere, so they
Exactly.
don't work in time. Here we work in time. So you remember 2 hours of missing time, you could have been away for a few weeks on a spaceship
Yeah.
traveling through the universe with these beings you have not even yet seen. But if you call out
Yeah.
to them and ask them who they are and say to them, I want to contact those beings that you in your red ship landed on a country
Mhm.
road. I want to know now who you are, and you can ask them that
Okay.
question and they will respond. But use your telepathy. Don't speak out loud. Your consciousness can communicate anywhere in the universe once you learn how to use it.
Okay.
That's telepathically communicating. So, Hazel, I want to recommend
Okay.
that. And also, musically, I would use higher vibrational music. You can go use the Alexa app.
Mhm.
You can go on YouTube channels and put in ambient space music, meditation music, and you can get yourself into a certain center. You can go out into nature, like one person said, go on a hike on a mountain somewhere, find a place to sit and just chill out and focus and meditate for a specific purpose.
Okay. Now, I like what he was saying about shooting me some good energy somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
can I add to that, Commander, too, for a
Yeah.
moment?
Yeah. Go
I
ahead.
I wanted to just make sure, Hazel, that you're doing some kind of practice and that you're doing like Commander. I'll just extend what Commander was saying about surrounding yourself with the white light, the Christ consciousness. It's super important that you guard your heart
Yeah.
Hmm.
and that, all things from life flow out of that
I,
space, right?
I
So
am okay. I do believe in Jesus Christ. That's my higher power, if that's what you're saying.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
amazing, amazing. So I think the thing is that it's important that you guard yourself and protect yourself. And what I mean by that is
Mhm.
whatever it is that you're calling to, like Commander had mentioned about asking who these beings are,
Uh-huh.
you always want to call onto the highest and best, and guard your heart means not only just from people on the planet, but people in the ethers as well, entities, angels, whatever terminology you want to use, you want to
Mhm.
make sure they come from the highest and the best place. And
Yes.
it's important now because you're an empath. You are
Uh-huh.
very open. You're blown open. You're wide
Mm.
open because of your experiences. And it's
I
very,
can
very essential that you protect yourself.
I can stand behind somebody in the grocery store and feel their energy,
No
if it's
doubt.
good or
I can
bad,
feel it from you
Yeah.
easily.
even through the live. I can feel it from you through the live.
Uh, and
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
crazy.
man, we
And
could your genuine, your soul, your vibe, your tribe. You're definitely
Yeah.
part of our tribe, and we
Absolutely.
hate to see our tribe going through it.
yeah,
And it's
So yeah,
important.
hey, I'd rather.
you've got some spiritual homework. You've got some spiritual homework to do, and
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I think that. Oh, and I'm going to tell you this because, as you can see, my name's down the rabbit hole. As you're going down the rabbit
Uh-huh.
hole of your spiritual growth, as Grace was
Uh-huh.
saying, um, just be careful because as you're welcoming in the idea of communicating with
Right.
ETs or spirits or
Yeah.
angels or whatever there is, there's
Uh-huh.
always an opportunity for something else to come in there, and we don't want
Okay.
to
A
see that
cosmic
happen to
program. No.
any of
No.
our friends or family.
Okay.
Mhm.
Well, I always
Absolutely.
wear a cross on my neck, and I always have uh, uh, it's a little, it's a little thing I keep in my pocket. It has a little angel encased in a little piece of glass. It's like a round rock, but I
Well,
just
Mm-hmm.
carry it everywhere with me.
Hazel, you
And
have to be very cautious about that too, because yes, having symbols of protection is wonderful, but this has to come from your mind and your heart. And
Right.
hmm
the thing is that with the extraterrestrial energies, they connect to you telepathically, so you have
Yeah.
to protect your mind,
how do
your
I know when
mind,
they
your
communicate?
body,
When
and
they're
your
talking?
spirit, both all three aspects of who you are as a person, and it's important to study them and know who you are, really. When you just say, oh well, help me or give me some guidance, you're just putting out to anything and anyone,
Yeah.
and anything
Oh,
can come through and mess with your anxieties or your, know
yeah.
you, like, you don't think they know you, but they,
Just be
they can
stern
figure it out.
and make them know that only good energies need to come this way. Is that what you're saying?
So
Yeah.
I
Yes.
would
As long
just
as you
say,
verbalize that, you'll be
Yeah.
safe.
just take it slow, one day at a time, one step at a time,
Yeah.
and all of the things that we've suggested to you here today would be wonderful if you could, bring in the energies of Archangel Michael.
Uh-huh.
Surround yourself with the Christ consciousness light always,
Yeah.
every single day, even if you have to do it multiple times a day,
Uh-huh.
and just keep reeling yourself back in to
hmm
center. And
Okay.
and remember what I said, the past is leave it there. And
hmm
that's a challenge for us as human beings. It's our minds are designed to, bring us back to the past and to
Mm-hmm.
rehearse scenarios that no longer serve us. And it
Exactly.
takes a very controlled mind with lots and lots of practice. And, every day I practice too. And you just have to, it's like anything else, you just have to keep it up, keep it up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, listen, guys,
Well, I hope we were able to help you out, buddy.
yeah,
Yeah.
you send me
Glad you
that
came
good
on here with your
energy you
story.
talked about. You was talking
Yeah,
about sending me
so
some good
before
energy.
before we move
Yeah.
on to Saint Commander, why don't we go
now,
ahead and send him
now,
some
did you?
good energy?
I'll
Well,
tell you what we're going to do.
with the video, real
I'm going
quick,
to,
what did you think the video was? What do you think
Oh,
that
it was
was?
definitely it was definitely it might have been a mothership. It was so damn big. I don't know if you can
Exactly.
tell from the video, but I was, you can tell. I mean, it was not just
It's
and I'll
uh,
happily look at the
normal
video. I
light
look at a lot of
cruiser.
videos.
This thing was huge, and it
yes,
was
Mm-hmm.
and
Hey,
booking it.
y'all, face welcome.
it didn't move until I set my camera on it, and that's when I lost it trying to
Yeah,
find it
I'm
again.
glad you
So
got it.
that's why you have to
I'm
watch
glad
it
you
to
got
the
it
end.
in perspective to the moon.
And
Yeah.
the thing
That's,
is, it wanted you to see it. The beings on that ship wanted you to
uh-huh.
video record it.
Uh-huh.
I always tell people when they have a sighting or close sighting, and say,
Uh-huh.
well, I was the only one who saw that. Well, there's a reason why you were the only one who saw it, because
Uh-huh.
those beings are making contact with you. Matter of
Uh-huh.
fact, that ship could have been connected with the smaller ship, which was the red ship that was
Uh-huh.
on that country road. I think there's a
Uh-huh.
connection between the two of them.
Well,
And one thing I want to do for you, Hazel, is
uh-huh.
just get, send over some beautiful energy for you. I will do
Uh-huh.
one thing more. I've done this for a few people. I'm going to
Okay.
send one of our space beings. I'm with a group of beings, or a galactic group before the internet ever
Okay.
existed, called Ashtar Command. These are the highest levels of spiritual space people from many planetary worlds beyond Earth. So I'm going to do this for you tonight. I'm going to ask
Okay.
my space brothers to send one or two space beings where you are. They'll be
Mm-hmm.
unseen. You will not see them, but they with very, very high energy, and they will be there to assist you. They'll change some energy frequencies in your home in the next 24 hours. And what they're going to do is up the vibrational levels around your property as well. And
Mm-hmm.
so this is my gift to you. There's a few things I could have done,
Okay.
but I'm going to have that done. So two space people that are from the highest levels of the command, and we have many. They're being directed by me to actually go to your place. And in the outer perimeters, they'll be doing some very quick work on the energy field
Mm-hmm.
around your vibrational frequency. They'll also work the vibrational
Yes.
frequency of your body. They're also telling me they're going to work your consciousness so that you'll have a clear
Okay.
consciousness. All the old stuff that you had that affected your life growing up will be, let's say, let go. The heaviness of that experience of life is going to be disappearing within the next few days. So you're going to be
Okay.
you're already a new person, but they're also going to help
Mhm.
you understand how to work the things that have been given to you, and
Okay.
you'll be able to do this. So right now, for just a moment, as
Okay.
you stand here, I'm going to do something, and one of them will be coming into your perimeter in like 1 minute. Give me a
I was
Mm-hmm.
second.
gonna say you're gonna feel it in a second, dude.
In a
Okay.
second. And people that are new here, understand
And
something
Hazel,
about me. I don't
I
come
know
from
you
here.
grew up religious, so in your mind, just picture yourself praying to the angels and praying to God. It's the same
Exactly.
concept, same thing.
So
Exactly.
I'm going to just let the audience know what I'm doing. For those that don't understand my background, I came here from Mars originally. I came from Mars. I'm fully activated. I don't read any books. I don't read any websites. I don't care about people's opinions or viewpoints on websites. And the command makes sure that I don't do that. My consciousness is purely conscious on a very high scale. I'm a telepathic communicator with Kadar Manka, who's with the Sagittarian Council. I don't channel. I've been communicating with him for before the internet existed. And so I'm doing for you, Hazel. I'm sending a being
Okay.
there. They'll be there in like 2 seconds. Close your eyes for a moment. I want you to clear your consciousness so you can feel the energy of the being that's there. The being
Okay.
is human, like you, very spiritual. If he were to reveal himself, he's wearing a
Ooh, he's
space
getting a
outfit.
female. You're getting a female.
And understand, just let me do this. And just allow yourself to let go of your thoughts, and you'll be able to feel the energy. It'll be an energy like a warmth. You'll feel a warmth coming through around your physical self. Just allow yourself to relax for a moment. And you'll tell me in a minute how you feel. It's all done.
Yeah, there's something. I do
Yes, there's
feel
a space.
warm.
I
I
directed one
feel
of our
safe.
Ashtar Command people. Yep. You see, this is with
The
I
me. People
feel
don't understand this.
safety feeling. That's the feeling that most people describe it as safety, and
Mhm.
that's what you need.
There's going to
but see
be
to be
2 other space beings that will be there. I sent one just to you
Mhm,
now. See, I work directly with our Space Command. I'm in human form, but I'm completely activated. When people get to know me or meet me in my workshops, they are completely changed by the experiences.
mhm,
The space people come into my workshops unseen on purpose, so
mhm,
not to get the defocused on space people being in the room. So you
mhm,
will now have about 3 total space beings or space people from our ships that are coming
mhm.
from one of our major ships that will be in your physical parameter for as long as you need them.
For
They'll
good
be doing some
energy
physical.
to take away the bad energy, huh?
They'll take away all the bad energy.
Okay.
Oh yeah. I mean, I already think your bad energy's gone.
It's gone.
I feel like that. For some
Yeah, man.
weird reason, it feels that way.
That's the
Yeah,
real
it's
deal.
done.
That's the Christ consciousness.
Yeah.
You know, thank
Oh
you,
man.
James, for asking me to do something. I always get so focused on people's stories, but when I don't do this kind of a
You know
thing, I
me.
have done healings,
I
and
am the
I
voice
I
of the
appreciate
also
this,
people.
do.
guys.
I'll tell you a
I
story.
really
We have somebody in Vermont. He had reptilians in the bottom of his house in a cave, and in
mhm,
Plainfield, where I used to go to college. And they were there. They live in the woods in a house. The same night he told me that story, I sent 2 spaceships over Plainfield, Vermont, high in the atmosphere, and we sent a whole crew of Ashtar commanders into the cave, and we forced the reptilians out to leave the planet. This is a
mhm,
true story. And James, I don't know if you're on when I did that, but after we did that, within the next day or two, the same person came on. He said, "They're gone. The reptilians are gone. They left." See, so I don't do this all the time, but when I need to, I listen very carefully. If there is
mhm,
a situation where negative ETs are affecting someone's life, I will
mhm.
ask my space brothers to come in physically and clean out that mess. And they
Okay.
do it
Well,
in a
I
very peaceful
appreciate
way.
it.
Yep.
Cause it's
Yeah, think
mighty.
of it like the cosmic Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Basically.
It's no fun being 52 years old and scared of things. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah. You don't
just a
have to be
little
scared anymore.
PTSD that. Oh
No need to be
no,
scared
no,
anymore.
no.
We have a space being with you right now in your house. We got 2 more Ashtar Command personnel are coming into your parameters within the next 24 hours, and they will stay as
Mhm,
long as they need to. They're going to clear all the energy. They're going to work on healing
mhm,
your your mental consciousness, and you're going to be
mhm.
fine. Okay?
Man, God bless you guys.
Hey, Hazel,
And
there's a
yeah,
guy in the chat. His name is Chris Beal. Reach
uh
out to him. He might be able to help you out with some of the physical and mental stuff too. He's a good dude.
okay,
Yeah.
I'll do that. And I will be following. I mean, I always watch. I just never participate much, being that you know, uh, my whole life has been a secret. Because child, yeah, kids are brutal. You know what I mean? And like I said, I've been trying to keep this secret my whole life.
No, you gotta
But
let it out, man.
No, so you
yeah,
got to
exactly,
be at peace, to heal. You got to
exactly,
release the information. When people come on here for the
exactly.
first time, they share things. They've been like their starseed or whatever. They've never told
Yeah,
anybody. They feel so much better being on this show because this is a place where I have a background as a contactee. I am not from Earth. I'm from Mars. I
yeah,
am working in cosmic Christ consciousness. And you can come on here for the first time and you'll be able to come on and watch the show and you'll be in a place where everybody understands you. And,
gotcha.
that's what we do here.
And it's chilly around here tonight, but man, it has gotten warm in this place. This is
Well, yeah,
kind of
that's because the
crazy.
space people are here.
Yeah, it's kind of nuts when you said that how it got warm.
Yeah, man.
Yep,
That's
that's because we're
But
right in the
remember the
room.
bubble?
I do feel good energy here. Feel
Remember
Yes.
good
that bubble
energy.
he was telling you about? You got a bubble over you right now. It's like a big
Yeah,
Yeah, you
warm
do.
hug, like a
Yep.
cosmic hug. So
exactly.
we're gonna hope that everything works out. And now we got to move on to Saint because they've been sitting there
Yeah.
patiently waiting.
Saint has been a
Yeah,
saint. But
yeah,
Hazel, we're glad you stayed on. We have to take time with each person,
yeah,
and
exactly.
I'm
Thank you
glad
for
you're here.
inviting me in, and I hate I took everybody's time and got off track.
Oh
I
no,
really
you're
do.
okay, man. You're good. It's all
But
good.
Take
thank
good
y'all
care,
so much.
Hazel.
I will, and I will be seeing y'all around. Okay. God
All
Yes,
bless.
right, Hazel.
yes,
All
you
right, you have
too.
a blessed
Take
evening,
good
and keep
care.
watching
Thank,
for sure.
thank you.
Okay, and now we have the
All right,
saint.
now time for a
Saint.
commercial break.
Now, Saint, you have a camera. Can you turn on your camera?
I got I just smashed my phone, brother. Can you hear me? I'm not sure if you guys can even hear me. I've
Oh,
been
I can
having a
hear
lot of.
you.
We
You
can hear
smashed
you.
your phone. That's not good.
Uh-uh.
I have
Well, we're
GPS
glad to have you on
in my
audio
phone, brother.
anyway. We can definitely
I
hear
hope
you. And where are
Uh,
you saying? What part of the planet are you in?
I'm in Pennsylvania right now.
Oh, good. And so join us here on Encounters. And what would you like to share with us tonight?
An encounter I had last night. Last
Ooh.
night I was encountered by individuals from another world. They're not from
Hmm.
this world. And that's difficult for this generation to accept and to believe. But that's actually what's been happening for hundreds of years, thousands even. But it's happening within this generation. It's going to be happening within future generations.
But I want to hear about
So
your
so
encounter. What
yeah,
happened with
yeah.
you?
Let's hear about what happened last night.
Yeah.
Last night I was connected to those who are in the stars of the north. So we're talking about Ursa Minor, Ursa Major.
Okay. And now you said you had an encounter with them. So my
Yeah,
question is, did they land a ship? How did that encounter happen?
that encounter was a physical. It was a physical encounter. It was not. I was not dreaming. Um,
Wow.
I was not having a vision. This was not an encounter that happened within another dimension. This happened in the physical
Right.
realm.
Right. I completely get it. And so what did they look like?
They looked like humans, except their skin uh, was a lot more vibrant.
Hmm.
Their yes, it was a lot more vibrant. It was a lot more healthy. Um,
Wow. And was this at your house or work or?
Yeah.
well, this was in my backyard.
In
My
your
Wow.
backyard was
backyard.
like yes. They came to me in my back. This is the first time they've ever come to me in my
Hmm.
backyard.
What
Have you
time
had
was
any
this?
other sightings, like UFO sightings?
Yes, I've seen many stars in the sky that move,
Mm-hmm.
twinkle. They come
Mm-hmm.
in and out of directions. They're not regular stars. Don't move around, so I know that they
Right.
Yeah.
are.
Wow. So what time in the evening did you have them? They were in the backyard. What time did it happen?
It was around 8 o'clock at night.
Wow.
Okay. Do you live in a rural area or an area where there's a lot of houses? What kind of area terrain is it?
I live in rural Pennsylvania.
A rural area. Okay, that makes perfectly good sense. And so they finally decided to come into your backyard. How tall were they? Do you remember?
They were taller than me. I'm 5'10". They looked.
Okay.
I didn't get that close to them because I was for my first time. I did have fear in me. I shouldn't have fear,
Yeah.
but I did. But from what it looked like there were at least 6'1".
Okay.
6'1".
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
that's tall. I mean, but you had a little bit of fear because of what happened. It was like you never seen anything like this happen to you, right?
I never seen it in the physical form.
Right.
Right.
Wow.
So So as they looked like, when they were looking at you, I'm always interested now in this. So they were looking at you in the backyard. When they looked at you, did they look like they were happy? Did they communicate telepathically? Can you give us some indication of what was going on with that?
Yes, I came out because I thought it was my cats in the backyard because I heard ruckus in the backyard. So I went.
Yeah.
I'm usually down in the basement, um, and so I'm actually fixing my basement right now. So I'm down in the basement, and I hear ruckus in the backyard. I go back in the back, and I see someone standing in my backyard. I at first glance on a human level, I think it's my neighbor.
Right, of course.
I'm thinking it's
Yeah.
just my neighbor, and he's there to tell me, hey, there's something wrong. There's something I need to fix in my backyard. He doesn't say anything. I say, hello, who are you? What's going on? I introduce myself to him. He doesn't respond to that. But
Hmm.
then all of a sudden, I can hear his voice, and this is going to sound like science fiction, but I keep telling people,
Not here.
Not here.
I'm
Go
amongst
ahead.
believers. I'm among believers. It's very difficult to find believers among my community, but I can hear his voice and what he was thinking, not what he was saying. His lips were not moving.
It was
Yeah,
telepathic.
telepathic.
That's what they communicate. Telepathically. Yeah.
I've never encountered this, so this is all new to me. So I'm looking at him, and his lips are not moving, but I can hear what he's saying.
So what was
Does
he
that make sense?
saying?
What did he say?
He's telling me not to be afraid, first of all,
Hmm. Hmm.
because he can see the fear in my eyes.
Oh, yeah.
I'm about to get ready to close the door and come back in. But he told me not to be afraid and that he was here for a reason and a purpose and that I was here for a reason and a purpose.
Hmm.
And I
Did he
Wow.
say what? So now that we know there was a reason and purpose, did he tell you what the reason and purpose was?
yes,
What was the reason and purpose?
he told me and this is telepathically. He said write about us. Write about us.
Are you a
What
writer?
about it?
Yeah, I'm a sci-fi fantasy author. I've been writing a book for the last 9 months.
Wow.
Really
And
interesting.
Well, my friend, you've got a mission now.
You really do have a mission. They've chosen you to write about why they're here. I have a belief. I have an understanding. Have you had them? You're going to have them come back again very quickly. That's not the last time you're going to see them. Will you not be afraid of them when they come back? Will you be willing to not be afraid?
I am willing, yes.
Okay.
Wow.
One
Hey,
of the things,
Saint,
and
let me ask you,
yeah, go ahead.
um, Saint, can we refer to you something other than Saint?
Yes, sure. You can refer to me as just my normal human name, which is Leonardo.
Hey,
Leonardo.
Leonardo, I'm James.
And I'm
Leonardo, now,
CmdrAleon.
I know, don't hate on me for asking this question, but you're not by the Amish, are you?
No, I'm in Canada, brother.
Oh,
You're in
you're in
Canada.
Canada, so you're not in Pennsylvania.
No, no.
Why did we think you were in
I
Pennsylvania?
had this encounter. I had this encounter in Pennsylvania, but I'm from and I'm a citizen of Canada.
Oh, so
Okay,
you
you said
had
it's in,
the meeting, the interaction last night was in Canada.
No, no, it was not in Canada. It was in Pennsylvania.
Oh,
in
you were in
Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania
He
yesterday.
has a, he was a Canadian citizen, but he lives in Pennsylvania. Am I correct? Are you still there?
The event happened in Pennsylvania. I'm
Right.
sorry to get this confused for everybody, but the event happened in Pennsylvania. I am from Canada.
He
Does that
was
make
from
sense?
Canada. He lives in Pennsylvania, James.
Right, that's what I mean. Are you in Amish country in Pennsylvania?
No, I am not in Amish country in
He's not in
Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Amish country, no.
I'm in Pottsville, Pennsylvania currently.
Okay,
Yeah,
I was just wondering
and
because
that's a rural area.
I always wondered if there was encounters in Amish area. Sorry for derailing that. I was just
Oh,
wondering.
there is. No, there is. No, you are correct. Actually, there is a lot of Amish around me, but I'm currently not in an
Yeah.
Amish-run city.
So
That makes sense.
when they make contact with you, and I get the feeling that you had this happen tonight, you're going to have more contacts physically with them. And I get information. If you're new to the show, I read people's, when they tell me they've been visited, I listen very carefully. I go into a different mode and I can tell you a little bit more. I think you're going to have more visitations. I don't know if they landed a ship out there or they had a ship cloaked, but they're very advanced. They were able to come right out of the woods or whatever. And, yeah, their ship was probably cloaked. You didn't see the ship, did you?
I did not see the ship. I only seen one individual standing in my backyard. Like I said, it was a physical being. It was a
Yes.
he looked
Right.
like a
Right.
human.
Yeah.
He looked
He
just like
saw it.
human
It was
being.
there.
It didn't look like a alien or a creature from another world. It just looked like a human, just
Right.
regular human being
Well, there
standing
are
in
no
my
aliens,
backyard.
as they say. They're what they are star people, space beings. They are basically, we call them non-terrestrial or space beings. So you met a space being that's human, and 95% of them from these worlds are human, but more spiritually advanced than ours. So you had a thing that just happened. I guarantee you're going to have more encounters.
Leonardo, when you were getting the telepathic communication, did you feel like a warmth sensation in your head or any kind of tingling going on?
Yes, the hairs on the back of my neck stood up. I have long
Hmm.
hair. I have like
Okay.
12-inch long hair, curly black
Okay.
hair. It stood up in the back of my neck. I
Ooh.
felt warm all over my body. I felt like almost like if when he was speaking to me without saying anything, without moving his lips, I felt
Hmm.
as if I was being drawn into his energy, drawn into his
Right.
Hmm.
presence.
Naturally, yes.
And
Very
that's what I,
interesting. Yeah. Well,
that's what
that'll
it felt like.
happen. Yeah, with telepathy, that's what's supposed to happen. You're communicating without speaking with your physical mouth, and that's telepathy. So
Leonardo, there's like 60 people in the chat that are wishing they were there with you.
yeah, I think a lot of them wish they were there. So look at it this way. And again, I'm a contactee from the '60s. I had my first contact with space people looking out my brother's window at night on Long Island, and they were men, women, and children wearing light blue space outfits, and they
Mm.
used telepathy.
Yeah, what were they
And so
wearing?
well, yeah, I'd like to know what he was wearing, the person that you were communicating with.
Was it a cloak?
No, they weren't wearing a cloak. They were wearing it looked like a one piece
Yeah,
suit,
one piece. Yeah, spacesuit.
but it didn't look like a spacesuit.
Did
It
it
looked
have
like clothes.
insignia? Did it
It
have
looked like
insignia
clothes.
on it like I hate to say it, but like a Star Trek outfit?
No, it wouldn't be like that.
No, it did not look like a Star Trek. I've watched Star Trek before. It did not look like anything I've seen on Star Trek.
Wow.
What color was the suit that this space person was wearing?
Okay, so the top was like a navy blue,
Mm-hmm.
and then the bottoms were like a dark shell metallic black.
Okay. Okay. Very interesting. Yeah. Well, that is a space outfit, from whatever planet they come from. That's what they wear. At least
But that's the
they
thing.
chose
It
to wear
looked like it was one suit, even though they
one
were
suit.
both
Yeah.
different colors. It looked like it was one piece. That was the incredible part about
Oh, yeah. It would be. That would be true. So how long did the encounter last?
it. Well, the encounter actually lasted for about, I would say, about 10 minutes because I was actually cooking food.
So
I
this
was
happened
cooking.
while you were cooking?
Yes, this happened when I was cooking, and my food, when I went back upstairs, my food was not it was not overcooked.
Well, yeah, they had something to do with. He had something to do with that. Make sure you
It could
didn't
have
have
been
any
a
food
time.
burn.
Yeah, you could have been while you were telepathically communicating. You're probably outside, and your mind was just slowing down.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
So, Saint, can I ask you to describe what their faces look like? And like their
He said they were like
features?
human.
Human.
What were they? Were they blonde, or like, can you describe their features?
No, brown hair,
Uh-huh.
brown hair. Um, they were like me, Caucasian.
Mm-hmm.
They
Healthy
had
skin.
some sort of a colored eye. I couldn't. It could have been green. It could have
Yeah.
been blue.
Okay.
We're talking about my backyard doesn't have. I don't have a backlight, so it was like I can see the silhouette of a person, and I can see the person, but not. They're not standing in light. My
Right.
backyard is completely in like.
And
There's
can
no
you,
light back there.
for people just coming in here, could you say the area of space where you were given the information where they came from again?
Yes. They told me telepathically they come from the North Star, which is Ursa Minor, Ursa Major.
Ursa Minor, Ursa Major. For people out here, Ursa Minor, Ursa Major. So make a note of that. That's where they came from, or this particular representative of that area.
That's
Very
amazing.
interesting.
That's an amazing detail right there.
Yeah, it's real detailed. It's a amazing detail, and you remembered it because they communicate telepathically.
Yeah,
That's
when
one
you
of the
get that
most amazing
telepathic
stories.
communication, it's like seared into your brain.
It is. It's almost like it's almost like a memory.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
you'll never forget that. You know, uh, just like when I was a kid, preteen in the '60s, I never forgot what they told me on that spaceship. The people that were in that spaceship, they told me, "You're not from here. You have a biological family, but we're your galactic family. You're not here. We want you to remember where you're from." Now I'm just a kid. You know, I had many sightings after that and stuff at 3 in the morning. When I became an adult, I became fully activated. I started meeting people.
Jake says the
My
North
friend has
Star
started
is
seeing them.
Polaris. Let's see
Correct.
where Ursa Major and Ursa
That's
Minor
interesting.
are.
So yeah, that's interesting. The North Star.
Very interesting. Does anybody know anything? Can anybody tell me anything about any civilizations, advanced civilizations within the North Star area, Ursa Minor, Ursa
I
Major?
I don't know much except that I know that there's civilizations
I'm gonna
everywhere.
look
The
it
thing
up
is,
right. I'm gonna look it up right now.
we're going to try to find out a little bit more about that area. It's just as far away as the Palladian is from Earth. Um, and I think we'll find out we need to focus a little bit more in that area. James is focusing on that North Star area. Um, and like I said before, there are a lot of advanced spiritual beings that are out there in different areas of the universe. And so I have a feeling, you were chosen for a specific purpose. Did he tell you that they're going to come back? Because I'm getting information that you're going to be getting longer time with them. I have a feeling, and I'm closing my eyes for a minute to get this information for you. They're going to take you on their ship at some point. They want you to feel comfortable when you are ready. They're going to take you on off planet to give you information. They're going to take you somewhere in the vicinity of where their world is. I don't know when this is going to happen, but I want to give you, it's a beautiful thing that they're saying that I'm getting from the galactic levels, that they are going to be back. You are one of many chosen for a specific mission, and you are ready for it. Your consciousness, now that you've met them, you're not going to be afraid anymore. You're going to be so willing to learn what they're going to give you information on. It's going to help humanity. So you're going to be helping people. That's what I'm getting. Do you feel that? Do you feel that what I'm telling you?
Yes, I do, because for weeks,
Okay.
the reason I've been doing science fiction since I was a child, by the way. I've had
Mm-hmm.
visions and dreams since I was a child. And I used to tell my parents about this. My parents would tell me it was nonsense. They were Catholic. They took me to church, and I used to tell people at church about this. I had visions and dreams, and
Mm.
people would say, "Well, that's a miracle of God," but they couldn't really go beyond any that explanation of it.
Yeah.
Um, And so I've been basically on my own, for most of my
Yeah.
life.
Wow.
Uh, yeah, so I've been looking for people who are like-minded and maybe share the same experience as I do. But for weeks now, I've been having dreams and visions about writing something about there are four different alien species. One of them is called Dragon Door. Another is called Dovenheart. Another is called Lortimer. Another is called, um, I believe, if I remember correctly, Ritterworth. And they
Hey,
mark their
I'm
boundaries.
gonna interrupt him. I'm sorry to interrupt you real quick, but I'm doing some reading, and it says that um, the Ursa Major Confederation is broken into 4 factions. Continue.
Really?
Interesting. Yep.
Yes.
That's
Fascinating.
interesting.
The names aren't matching the ones that you are mentioning,
Mhm.
but
Which is okay. I mean, it's totally fine.
yeah,
This might be ancient. They might be
yeah,
speaking about the
yeah.
Right.
past. They might be
But
speaking
it
about
says
the
that
future.
there was 4 factions, and that there was in fact a war in the Ursa Major
Wow.
Confederation, and that the Ursa Major
Absolutely.
Confederation is in the North Sky.
Interesting.
Mhm.
Interesting. And before we continue with this, I just want to take a non-commercial break. If you support the work we're doing here on our late night show encounters, I always ask once in a while for people to gift the show, send us gifts here. If you have the ability and you're blessed to have abundance of TikTok coins, whatever gifts you want to send right now as you're listening to the stories and people sharing here, I'd love you to do that for me now. It takes a lot of work to do this constantly the way we do it every night and for most nights. And I appreciate the gifts. Any gifts would be most helpful. So we'll do gifting at the moment. We're going to go back to Leonardo, and we have a lot of questions, and we're glad he's here. Leonardo, this is a great place you found us. We're the #1 UFO spiritual talk show on social media, and we're glad you found us. We're glad you're here sharing your story. And
Oh
as
wow!
people, thank you for all
Um,
the gifts. I appreciate it. Keep gifting. Please keep going. Please tap everybody. We have 133 people in here. We can get to 50,000 likes here. If you're not following the show, press your follow button. Start following us. So you can keep in tune with us here when we're on here. And my Sunday morning show is tomorrow. If you have internet access, go to my radio show on Sunday mornings, Ashtar Command Radio. That's 11:30 Eastern till 1, WESUFM.org. So we appreciate all the gifting. Keep it going as we are doing the show here. And Leonardo, continue with what you're talking about the 4 areas that you mentioned. Go ahead.
wait, I wanted to mention to him. I'm doing some more reading here. It says that
Oh yeah, what are you getting, James? Yeah.
The beings from Ursa Major are uncomfortable with like public areas innately. So when they visit you, they're going to visit you in the privacy, in the darkness. So
Yes,
Interesting.
that's exactly what happened to him.
It was in the darkness. Yeah, that's exactly how they visited you. Very good
exactly.
He
research,
said
James.
that. Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna ask because they also, when I went out there, by the way, like 2 weeks before this, um, I found 3 kittens in my backyard, and I've been
Oh, shut
nursing.
up! Shut up! Hold
Yeah,
on. Wait a
yeah.
second, Commander. This is going to blow your mind because I'm doing reading right now. It
Okay, go
said
ahead.
that the ancient Greeks associated Ursa Major with the cats,
Wow.
Interesting.
And I
And you
just
even
found
though
3
it's called
cats.
the bear. Even though it's called, like, we refer to it now in our time as the bear constellation, but the ancient Greeks referred to it as the cat constellation.
Oh my God.
Holy
Oh, thank
crap!
you for the.
Continue.
Oh, well, that's great. Thank you for the feathers. Holy mackerel, man. I've never seen that before. Thank you, Lauren.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. We send our love to you.
Sorry,
Thank you.
as you're talking, I'm going to keep interrupting when I find synchronicities.
No, that's okay. I was just like,
keep going.
I'm just mesmerized by the white feathers coming through the screen. Thank you. Go ahead, Leonardo. Continue.
I think the cat thing blew his mind.
Well, everything's going.
I found 2 weeks ago. I found a group of 3 cats in my backyard. I've been nursing, and I've adopted them now. And I automatically knew they were sent to me because they were automatically attached to me. They followed me everywhere I went. So even when I went into the house, they followed me into the house.
When you were visited yesterday, was it 2 or 3 beings?
It was just one. No, just one.
And how long ago after the one being did the cats appear?
The cats appeared about
the cats were 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago, okay.
Yeah, the cats were about 2 weeks before, but when the being showed up, he took one of the cats. One of the cats is missing.
Whoa!
Wait a minute here. So the human being with the took one of the cats with them?
Correct.
That is amazing.
Wait. Did you literally just watch the cat run up to this being and the being just scooped him up, petted him?
What happened? How'd that work?
Well, this is how the sighting happened. I was in the backyard with my cats. I was letting them out. So I let them out. I don't have because I never had cats before. I don't have a indoor what do you call that? The cat,
kitty litter.
Cat door,
kitty litter. I don't have a kitty. I still have to get that. I still have to go and buy that. So I let them out, and they do their duty outside. So we're outside, and they're doing their thing, and then that's when the encounter happens.
Okay.
Wow.
I want to ask a question.
That is a meow wow.
Well, when you were outside with the cats, this is CmdrAleon, the host of Encounters. Please share and like. When you're outside with the 3 cats, did the cat that went with this space person walk up to the space person? How did that work?
Yes, both of the cats, all 3 of the cats are very scared of being outside because they haven't been outside since I caught them.
Yeah.
When I found them, I brought them in, and I haven't let them back outside. So they've been indoors for the last 2 weeks. I've been feeding them,
2 weeks.
and they've been with me 24 hours a day. So I had just decided to let them out, and the day I let them out, that's when the space person comes up, and that's when one of my cats automatically walks up to him, and he takes them. The encounter happens.
That's amazing, people.
Yeah.
That's amazing. The cat walks up to the space person and willingly goes with the space person onto their ship, probably back to wherever their planet is.
White? What color were these cats? What kind of cats were they?
The cats, they were multicolored. There were 3 different colors. One of them was orange. One of them was black. One of them was white.
Okay, so I have something
white one.
to this.
Wait, so which one went with the ETs?
Yeah.
The orange one.
The orange one.
Grace, what did you want to say? Go ahead, Grace.
So the movie that I mentioned I think it was last week, I watched a feel-good movie that's on Netflix about I think it's called Alfie or something.
Alfie, yeah, I think I remember that.
Was that extraterrestrial being that landed in that guy's backyard used cats to propel his saucer.
Whoa.
Yeah, somebody was doing their research. I'm not really that just blows my mind.
Yeah. Interesting.
They had to round up cats so that they kind of like
Alf liked cats too for a different reason.
But but it could have been in this real life situation that the cat was he was communicating telepathically with the cat. I believe that was exactly what happened. That your cats have a consciousness. And so I think
Leonardo, maybe the cats were sent to probe you. Like not probe you, but like to see how you would react to them. and the love that you show them,
I
let the
was
being
scared.
know, okay, this
I'm not
guy
gonna
is
lie.
good to
I was
contact.
scared. I was
Originally,
shocked
you were
by
scared. Yeah, you were originally.
by
Yeah.
seeing this. You got to understand, there was someone in my back. I've never seen anybody in my backyard, not even my neighbor. I've never, and this person was standing in my backyard. He was looking at me with intention, as if he knew me.
Yes. Of
Probably did.
course.
And he has known you.
They
He's
do
been
know you.
watching
They
you.
would know you. Well, let me dive in here for a minute. When they look with you in intention, like they know you, this is the commander. Now give me some more information. It's because you're connected with their galactic civilization. You might not realize it yet, but when they communicate with you more, when he keeps coming back, and maybe there'll be other men and women with him, that you're part of some galactic connection with them. So you're going to learn a lot more from this person. It's not the last of your connections with him. I can guarantee it.
Wow.
Oh, it was called
They'll be back.
Rules. The movie
Dude,
was called
you're gonna write the next New York Times #1 bestseller.
I believe it. This is what they
We're
told me. They
all
told me,
we're all gonna in a year, in 2 years from now, we're gonna be at the grand release of your third book in a series,
and you know what?
and
You're
we're
not
gonna say,
even going to believe. But
remember when we were
here's
on
the
Commander's
crazy part.
show?
Most of
What
what
were
they
you
told me
saying?
to write down, they told me to write down something telepathically. Here's the kicker. Most of the stuff that I've been writing down, it just comes to me naturally. I'm not even
Yeah.
thinking about it. It's just coming
Yep.
and I'm writing it. It's like
Yeah.
automatic writing. This is the
Right.
kicker.
Yes, yes, that's what's
Just
happening.
keep
Hmm.
just keep writing, dude. Just keep
Yeah.
writing. I can't wait
You were
to so
gifted.
we can, and we'll help you push the book.
You were
You better
gifted the
invite us
ability.
to the opening.
Yeah, you were gifted, Leonardo. When you met this space person, you were activated even more so, believe it or not. I don't know if you realize that, but they were activating you on another level of consciousness. And automatically, you don't have to even think about it. The information you're getting, you automatically write it. It's called automatic writing. You're doing it, but
Yep.
you're getting the information. Your consciousness is off planet, meaning you are now able to write what they want you to write and write that story that you're going to write. That's basically an opening of cosmic information. So your book is going to be based on cosmic information that they're giving you. Now they might be, I believe that you can communicate with them now. Like if you were to go to sleep or wake up in the morning, you can communicate with this being or their people through telepathy. Do you realize that?
No, I did not
Yeah,
realize that.
man.
You
Hey,
can.
are you
I'm telling
see?
you, definitely, without a question. If you focus on communicating, picture that man sitting in your backyard, visualize that man, and talk to him telepathically. See what happens. I guarantee you, they'll talk back to you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Saint, are you familiar? Are you anime at all?
No, I'm sorry. I've never watched anime.
Okay, there's a lot of lore. When people are writers in general, there's lore, and when you connect to consciousness like you just did, once you have that connection, it's like amplifying you. And I was gonna make the analogy that in anime, when the characters make that next stride in their growth, that it
Hmm.
just it projects them into that next stratosphere.
Yeah.
And you, my friend, I feel energized, I feel charged, and this is not my energy that I'm feeling. I'm feeling what's going to
Yeah.
happen to you in your life, and I'm almost jealous.
You got some great things that are going to happen on a galactic level. Like I said, you've been chosen for a mission. That's why he came to you. There are going to be many other people from his star system that are going to be coming to visit you. He was the first one. You will be having more contacts. And you can now, when you go off tonight, I want to give you something to do as a teachable moment. I want you to focus on the picture and mentally of what he looked like in the backyard. I want you to communicate with him telepathically. You're not speaking. You're going to use your consciousness. When you do that, Your consciousness has no limitations to being blocked by the earth or anything. You'll be able to reach him in a nanosecond through telepathy. And if you do that, if do it for the next few days, I want you to practice doing that with him, and you'll have a contact with him. You can even invite him back to come and say that you're not afraid anymore. I'd like to invite you, even invite you into the house to sit down and talk to me, in our home. And if you
Well,
feel
Yep.
no
I hope
fear,
he comes back. He has my cat.
he'll come back.
You're
He'll
not
come
getting the
back.
cat back, dude.
You're not getting the cat back.
I was
You have a
gonna
great. The
say,
cat is perfectly. That cat is
The
being
cat
treated very,
wasn't the
very
cat.
well.
cat's
Yeah,
been
That
readopted.
cat was. Yeah, no, that
your
cat
cat.
wasn't a cat. That cat was a being that was checking you out, and now
Yeah,
you've
pretty
got
much.
two other protectors with you.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, and that cat was making sure you're
Now,
with the
let
right
me
person.
ask you this: those cats weren't sad that the other cat was gone, were they?
Absolutely not. They were
Pretty much
jumping all
See,
over me. These cats were so ecstatic when they showed up. I have never seen them like this.
Yeah,
Usually they're just
yeah, really.
right? Yeah, and that, but
Very cool.
because in any other situation, when you separate kittens or cats, they mourn. But
Somebody
these
wrote cat
cats, they
burglar.
knew. Yeah,
And
you
these
got a
cats
cat
are
burglar.
well, and
Burglar.
these cats are cosmic cats. So, not everybody gets cosmic cats. You ended up with the cosmic cats. Something tells me that these cats were sent to you before the person came here from that star system. And that was just the predecessor to the contact you had tonight. To have somebody on here who had a physical
Yeah, and try
contact with
talking to
people.
the cats.
It's
No,
so
but what's
cool. It's
really,
like the Men in Black movie, right? With the cat with the universe in his on his neck.
oh yeah, the universe. Yeah, I remember that. But what's really cool is you are a guest for the first time in the many, many months I've done this show that actually tonight had an encounter with a space person from that star system area, and that they are not only positive, they operate in a very high frequency, and they're coming back. I keep getting they're going to come back. I don't know what day or night or anything. It doesn't really matter. You just have to facilitate now telepathic communications with them, and they're going to come back. And I want to say something about contact, because I talk to people off of here that I know, and they're feeling it. I know people in our local crystal shop that are really tuned in, and when we talk about these things, there is a speed up of time, meaning that there's going to be individuals out here in this TV show that are going to get having contact with space galactic people, and you might not know it yet. It might just happen
Oh,
that they'll knock on your door. They might be in your backyard. They might be on a trip somewhere, on an island, wherever you are. I want to just say this: contact is speeding up. And this is, Leonardo, what you're saying is a testament to the fact that it's going to be individual. It's not going to be mass at the moment. Individual people are going to be contacted. And any one of you could be the next person that's going to be contacted and say, how come I haven't been contacted yet? You will. You have to be patient. Have to have that patience. Once you're patient,
yeah,
allow it to happen. Yeah.
Leonardo, this really, you bringing this story to us and trusting us
Yeah.
with your experience, it really invigorated me. And
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm just picking up on your energy or the energy from your cats or whatever it is, but I'm just like, here, I'm gonna put my camera on so y'all can see it.
Yeah. My co-host should put his camera on.
See my, I just got this smile on my face, and I know when my dimples start hurting,
Come
it's
on.
real, and
Yeah,
I
you need to be on the
cannot.
camera, co-host.
These dang dimples are not going away right now because I'm just feeling whatever you got going on. So yeah, don't rush into it. Just talk to your cats. I think the cats might be conduits, like
Oh,
somebody
thank
was
you, Wayne,
saying.
for the galaxy. Thank you.
And late freight trucker just got here, and he missed your whole dang story. So he's gonna have to go back and watch the YouTube because it was
Yeah,
awesome.
we're gonna have this. We're gonna have this recorded, and I'll be putting it on YouTube tonight before I crash out. So I will have it available after the show. I'll be putting, actually, TikTok takes time to do it. In the morning, I will transfer it over to YouTube and you'll be able to watch it. If any of you are missing part of it, this is an amazing story about contact and it's happening. I've told people here, people are going to have individual contacts. Leonardo is one of those people. His story is absolutely amazing. Absolutely, without a question.
Yeah, I might be one of the best contact stories I've heard.
Yeah.
That's like going to be a movie right there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I mean, write the story of your life.
Positive contact. Positive
and
contact.
TTTT is asking about individual contact. Yes, TTTT, eventually you're going to have contact, based on your question. Everyone will. It's going to be individual. As we get to 2027, many more people will have individual contacts. So make a note of this, folks, on this show. 2027
And for
is
all the
going to be the
new people
beginning of
watching,
individual contacts.
Yes, and
remember, guys,
be sure
for the
you
new
ask.
people.
I'm sorry, James. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, please.
You're going to say the same thing I was going to say.
When you ask for contact, just be sure that you ask for the Christed consciousness.
That's right.
And, we all just keep repeating this, but this is like, we all three mirror the same understanding. It's just always just raise the vibration. Always ask for the highest contact possible, because you can conjure and call in, all types of things. There's all types of things going on out there, and we need to be cautious and use discernment.
Yeah, absolutely, Grace.
Yeah, no,
Grace
I think he does. I think he's on autopilot, Grace, and I'm going to tell you guys this too. I operate on spiritual autopilot. Like he was saying, when he's writing, it just flows, and that's a different type of connection. I think with the cats and all of that, I think he's just. I don't think he has anything to worry about. I really don't think so.
It
That's
doesn't
more
flow.
for
It
the
doesn't.
chat, That's more for the chat.
When
for the chat.
Yeah,
People
for
in the
sure.
chat. So yeah.
I was
Grace
saying,
is
when
saying,
I write,
Go ahead, Leonardo.
when I write, it doesn't flow. It seems like it pops into my imagination. It pops into me. It almost seems like I have an idea from somewhere beyond me is where it seems like.
Yeah.
And I write these ideas
you're getting that
down.
cosmic message.
Well, Saint, you're Leonardo, which I love that name, Leonardo. You are gonna know, your body's gonna tell you. You've got that discernment inside of you. As we know, it's our intuition. So we're gonna know if it's good beforehand. We have that fight
It was all positive. I wasn't scared of him. I was scared of the experience because I've
You were
never.
scared of seeing the dude in the backyard at first, yeah.
Right.
Well, you didn't know what you're dealing with, but this is the one thing people have to realize. We have to realize that the person having the experience in their shoes at the time of you first had the fear because it was unknown. You couldn't, was shocked that this person was out there in the dark there in this suit. And then you got over the fear. I'm pretty sure you got over the fear not too soon after that, once you realized what was happening. And I can tell in your voice you have no fear. And you have to just realize that you are the one having this experience. No matter what anything out there externally from you says or what you see, now what that cosmic truth is for yourself. And you have to go with that cosmic truth because now you understand this. Now you're connected. You have a mission. You have a real mission to deal with here in a good way. Like you just said, positive. And that was a positive and will continue to be positive. So as long as you are an automatic pilot on your writing, you're going to tell the planet Earth a story, the people on this planet a story. That's going to be really important for them to know. And that's why they chose you, because you're connected with them.
Leonardo, you might be the person that they've chosen to document their ascension to Earth, for all we know.
Yeah. We never know.
That's what I'm thinking, because I wrote down 4 different alien beings. Since I've had this encounter, I've documented in my notes at least 4 different. One of them was Dragondoor. One of them was Lortimer. The other one was Dovenhart. The other one, I can't remember the other one, but there's 4 of them that I've documented up to now. And I have, every time I close my eyes, it almost seems like I go into it almost seems like I go to another dimension or something. I feel like I'm going into a deep sleep.
That's true. You are.
I mean,
you are going into another dimension.
Yeah, that's you connecting.
Yeah. Yep.
That's exactly it.
We'll validate that for you. You're going into another dimension, without a question. You know, that's where you're going. Zilla, our friend of mine, says he caught a being in a photo. He's sending it to me now. Go ahead.
I'm not very familiar with this. So I'm sorry, but is this, and this may sound like a dumb question for you guys. It sounds like you guys know what you're talking about. Is a dimension the same as the as where I'm going, or is because I thought if you got to another dimension, you go in the physical, because this was a physical encounter to me.
No, yeah. So I'll jump on that for you.
Go in the physical?
No, your mind is going to go into what we say into the multidimensional. You know, there's source, there's energy, it's the, God, whatever you want to call it, it's up there. And when you're in that altered state, you're
okay. So this is
the multiverse, the source, whatever you want to call it, a dimension. But yes, there are alternate dimensions for sure. And, we even have documentation from Shai about these alternate dimensions.
Okay.
But when Commander says you're in an alternate dimension, he's saying that your brain is just transcending to the telepathic plane of the universe.
And the dimension is not, just to ask Almighty's question, is a dimension the same as the astral realm? No. Dimensions, there are many dimensions, or what we call vibrational patterns. So we're in different dimensions. All the different beings, there's like multiple Earth realities. So we're living on this Earth. There's another Earth in another dimension. There's another Mars in another dimension. There's another Pluto in another dimension, just to bring it down to like a simple understanding. So to answer that question, there are multiple dimensions that are endless. So you're in a frequency that is where they're at. So the space being that you dealt with, you're getting, when you go into this different realm, you're in the frequency now where they are. Therefore, you're able to gather this information, and you're now automatically writing it down. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yes, it does. But is that physical? I'm sorry if that seems like a.
It could be.
It's going to be both. Your physical body is going to be on Earth, but your brain and the message is going to be coming. It's going to be coming cosmically. We'll just call it cosmic. So yeah, you're not going to go anywhere, but your cosmic brain is going to be tapped into source.
No, I'm just saying because it feels physical when it happens.
Well, then if it feels physical, then it is. You have to go by what you feel, not by what we say.
Yeah.
If you feel it's physical,
we don't know. We don't have a clue.
After a while, I feel I need to take a break. Almost, it almost seems like I'm.
You're tired.
I'm getting a little dizzy.
Astral in a way.
Yeah, you can, when you need to take a break from the cosmic thing like this, you can say, wait a minute, folks, I need to take a break to regenerate. And you can ask them, say, look, I know you're downloading information to me, but I really need to take a break. And they'll respect that,
No, he's not channeling. Somebody in the chat.
There's no channeling.
Somebody in the chat asked if he's channeling. He's not channeling. He's telepathically connected.
Yeah, he's a telepathic communicator, which is different than channeling. But you can always tell them that, you want to take a break from it. That's really important. When I do telepathic communications, Kadar Manka, sometimes he's constantly downloading me information. I said, please give me a break, because they're always giving me information. And sometimes you just got to say, okay, I love you, but I need to take a break here to just relax for a little bit. Maybe I need to go to the beach. or do something. So can you please give me a break? And then you can start downloading more information off planet to me. So with your situation, it's a matter of knowing that, okay, they respect you and they love you, that when you need to take that break, you can tell them, hey, look, I need to take a break. I want to go out, maybe go to the market, buy some earth-based food. I maybe want to go on a hike somewhere. Can I take a break? And they'll respect that, as long as
Yeah,
they
they understand that. They understand that as you're downloading, it is a spiritual toll that will manifest itself into your body.
Yeah, basically, yeah. Excuse
Okay,
me.
yeah, because they haven't said anything negative about. I've never asked them, as you guys are instructing me now, but I will apply that in future communication between me and them. But I
Yeah,
have just walked away and taken a break because as needed. But they haven't said anything about that, any negative thing about. They haven't
right.
said anything about it
No.
at all.
Well, you just had your contact for the first time, people. Our guest, Lorenado in Pennsylvania, had a contact tonight for people just coming, and we're going to give you an update. I'm CmdrAleon, the host. My co-host is James, Skip the Grace, helps with spiritual guidance here on the show. And he had his first physical encounter with a space person that came out of the woods. It was standing in his backyard. He originally, when he first saw it, he was like, his mind was like a normal human mind in fear. The fear went away, and I'm
Hey,
giving the
it's
quick
my
rundown,
neighbor in the backyard.
you know, and he had contact with a space being, and the space being was a human being that was just like us from another planet. And he had that happen tonight. That's really far out. That's totally amazing.
Can I ask, where do these human beings, do they originate from another evolutionary history, or do
No, but no,
they
well, they
evolve from
basically
No,
come from another planet, and I understand what I'm saying here. They come from a higher dimensional spiritual frequency. When I say a higher dimensional spiritual frequency, they come from a Christed conscious frequency. If you were to ask that person that was in your backyard, what their life is like, or once you get to communicate with them again, you can ask them that question, and that's what you need to do when you're ready to do it. Ask them, what's life like on your planet? How do you live versus Earth, the way people on Earth live? Ask them those
yeah,
questions. Tell them Telepathically communicate those questions. I
Mhm.
guarantee you'll get an answer.
And how
yes.
can we learn
Thank,
from you? How can we learn from
thank.
you?
Oh, Grace, I love you. I was just gonna tell him. I said maybe communicate with him. Maybe the when he said right, he might give you the answers to solve all of our sociological problems on this planet.
Well, everything they've been
Like
giving me,
you.
it seems as if it's earthbound. I mean, I'm not trying to say it's
No,
not,
that's
because
what I'm saying. How to apply it to
but
Earth.
it
You're
just
right.
seems as if these people were on the earth in the past, is from what I'm writing, from what they're giving me. It almost
Oh,
seems like
so Commander, what he's saying is, he's asking about the ancient ETs that were here. The
Oh,
Atlanteans, the
okay.
Palladians, the
Yes.
Arcturians. So
Yes.
yes,
I can
yes, they
answer that.
were here on Earth. 250,000 years ago, Leonardo, and there was a war here on Earth,
Yeah.
and they could their ancestors, the beings that are meeting you now, their ancestors could have been here on Earth, but I'm getting the vibe that the being that you interacted with came
Yeah.
directly from Ursa Major.
Yeah. Absolutely. They weren't from Earth ever. They came directly from that other planetary system. They didn't come
Yeah.
from Earth.
Remember, they have a
No,
history on Earth too.
they do, but they didn't come from Earth.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
I don't
because
know
I
if that
got
helps you or answers your
Ursa
question.
Minor, Ursa Major, and they also I wrote down a star system that they gave me. The star they gave me was the star of Kokab. Does anybody know what star
Kokab.
that is? Kokab.
Dave,
Co-
you want to look that up? Kokab?
Yeah,
I've
do
I'll
not
you
look
heard
it
of
up.
that.
have the spelling of that?
Yes, Ko, and then it's Cob. Kocob. Kokab. That's what I wrote down.
Kokab.
Okay. What star
And you're
system
watching
is it?
Encounters, the UFO talk show. We talk about ET visitations, which just happened with
Oh my
Bernardo
God,
today in
this guy is
Pennsylvania.
gonna blow this dude's mind.
So we're going to look up
What
where
did
that
you
is.
get?
Hold on.
Tell me what you got.
you you guys know what CoCob is?
Go ahead.
No.
CoCob is the orange giant star of Ursa Minor.
Amazing.
And it's referred to, the Hebrews referred to it over 3,500 years ago.
Yeah, it's in the book of Abraham, actually, I believe. Kokab. Oh, wait a minute. Let me.
Holy crap. Yeah, it's in Ursa Minor. Star facts, orange giant star.
Wow.
Whoa, bro, you're getting some info.
Yeah, it's
Yep.
Wow.
there are images of the star. If you look it up, there are images of the actual star.
Yeah,
Wow,
yeah.
very cool.
Does
So we're now
anybody have
running at
any,
1/4. Go ahead.
does
Hey,
anybody have any
wait, they call
information
it the
about
God
that star
Star.
system?
The God Star is called. Interesting. What you were going to
The
say,
God.
Leonardo?
I'm sorry. I was just trying to ask. Does anybody know any civilizations in contact with that star system, with that federation? Is anyone in alliance with them? Because I don't understand why they're contacting me. I'm trying to figure this out.
Well, what I read earlier was that they have their own federation. There's four,
Yeah.
factions there, and then
There's some crazy stuff coming up on the web. I mean, to be honest with you, like a
yeah,
lot
when
of
you pull up
religious
CoCob,
sects.
a whole
Yeah, religious
Really?
sects. Like, okay, so the Mormons believe that God the Father lives on a planet near the Kolob.
lot.
So
Yeah,
in
yeah,
off-planet
and there's so
religion,
like Grace said, there's two translations. There's CoCob and Kolob, but it's the same
Mm-hmm.
thing.
yeah. But essentially what it is they're from another planetary world. Earth-based religions might have their own, perceptions of what it is. And you just ask, why me? Why
And
not?
they're human. They're human. They look human. It was a complete
Yeah,
human being.
Yeah.
Just
yeah, and
wasn't a
listen,
human being.
Leonardo, 95% of the ETs that we all encounter are going to look like humans or human-like.
Yeah. So when you say
Wow.
why me, which is a good question always, because you are one of the people now that are being contacted. It's not just you. There are going to be others that are going to be contacted. And there are people that are being contacted because we've had them on our show. But you had a physical contact tonight, came on here. There's no coincidences here. You were supposed to come on here and share that information. They wanted you to talk about it here. And I'm very appreciative of you coming on Encounters because we love these stories because as a contactee, I've been contacted. So that's why I do what I do as a talk show host. I'm not on the UFO bandwagon because it's popular. I really do this stuff because I don't come from this planet. I come from Mars and I'm here in human form, but that's where I come from. I remember everything. And I'm here. I work with a thing called Ashtar Galactic Command. They represent the highest levels of light of many spiritual planetary worlds. And so I can listen to your story, get it right into my consciousness and love it because you are supposed to be contacted. Accept it. Don't question it. Just now accept it that you've been contacted and you're now part of some major area to help people. And as you write your book, it will help people immensely in what's going on. So, man, you're just blessed to be in that situation tonight, you know?
Yes, brother, and I received that with wow, great honor.
Yeah.
To be in the presence of someone like you. I wanted to ask: is the person that contacted me a part of the Galactic Federation, and am I someone who has been somehow, some way, regenerated on the Earth? And I do also come from the stars. I always
Right.
wondered
So I'm going
about.
to answer. I'm going to ask you. I'm going to answer that so easily. Yes, you're in human form. Like when I say I'm from Mars, I'm physically human. I have Martian consciousness, Earth consciousness, Christ consciousness. So it's all integrated. So yes, you are from where they're from is what I should have said earlier. You're from where they're from. That's why you've been contacted. You are part of their civilization. You are them in human form. So you have a human life, but you also have a life of that. In terms of the galactic levels, they are also now connected in some sense with the Ashtar Galactic Command. They don't just work separately. They're part of a greater grouping of many, many beings and many, many planetary systems of light. So there's not separated things like separate parties on the planet, separate religions. They don't have any separation. They've come to a place now where they all work together in a very, very spiritual way. And so you are with them, you're from them, and that's why you were contacted tonight. I don't know how that works when they decide to make the contact, but that was the timing, which was tonight. That's how they contacted you. You were meant to be contacted. It's your time.
Wow, that seems like a revelation that I need to digest
Yeah.
for some time
Yep.
to come. So, it definitely also what I wanted to ask, am I going to be protected? Because I did hear on there's a series called Unsolved Mysteries, and on that I believe it's season 4. They have like a UFO encounter on there, and the people that had a UFO encounter on there, they had a physical encounter, but they unfortunately did get side effects, physical
Well,
side effects from that.
so I don't know what kind of encounter they had. If they had side effects, that wasn't a positive encounter. You had no side effects because
Mhm.
you were dealing with spiritual beings of light that came from a whole different realm, much, much higher in frequency. You're not going to have any side effects. You know that. You'll know that if you go within meditation, you'll have no side effects whatsoever. There's no negativity there. So that's why I don't watch a lot of this other stuff, because you have to go with what you know and go within yourself always. Your higher self will always give you the answer. So when you see these other things, don't let that penetrate into your consciousness, because it has no reality to what you've experienced tonight with the space person that visited you
Okay.
physically outside your house. No
Because
relationship.
ever since I came into contact with them, I no longer have an appetite for meat. I now just
Hmm.
no
Ah,
longer.
gets you
So
some earth-based foods, my friend.
Yeah, that's very common. That's very common.
Yeah. See,
really, wow, what does that mean? The
what
I,
does
diet.
that mean? Try. Go ahead.
I feel like it's I mean, I've been I guess eating a plant-based diet for a couple of years. I mean, on and off for years, but a couple of years, and the more elevated you get, conscious elevation, spiritually speaking, you just want less heavy food. Your body is just changing. It's,
Yes,
you're,
I feel like I almost feel like I'm thirsty. Like I really
Mm.
like I want to drink a lot of liquids.
Do
Um,
you, before this happened, were you relatively healthy and,
yeah, just a
how was your
normal
diet?
diet. Yeah, well, just a normal diet. Ate pizza. Once or twice a week. Ate
You
pastrami,
drink a lot of water?
salami. Yeah, because I like to drink like natural juices at home, but I would make them at home, but nothing like I'm not like super healthy. I'm not like a vegan or a vegetarian or anything like that. I'm
Yeah.
just normal
Try
guy,
to
but
get like 70 ounces of water a day. No joke. I'm not joking.
so how long has that been since you haven't wanted meat? Was that right away, or was it
ever
just,
since the encounter, ever since one, I was afraid when I saw the person behind in my backyard. Then I started getting the telepathic messages. I started receiving them. I was shocked by that. But I mean, it could hear my thoughts. So
yeah.
it's like I was communicating without even forcing myself to do that.
It is definitely, been
Yeah.
recorded that that's potentially part of the
Yeah.
contact experience.
You know, and also, as Grace is saying, you know what? They activated you right there. You were activated really quick. They didn't waste any time activating your consciousness. everything else, your cellular body, you're a completely different person. You are you, but you're now a completely different you, if you understand what I mean. You're more of a cosmic you that is totally now fully activated on telepathy. You now can communicate with them. They activated your telepathy when they were communicating, when they were outside, when he was outside with you last night. And you're now able to communicate with them directly from their planet. Do you realize that?
I'm realizing that now.
There you go. It's a good thing. And it's a good thing. So just remember, all these things that are happening to you, you know, there are probably 10,000 people in this room that would like to be in your position right now. They will eventually get there. You have been reconnected to your star family. That's why they came back. It was your time.
Is this the because is this what they call like a sign of the apocalypse, or like is
No apocalypse. This is a sign of there's no apocalypse. This is about us ascending into the next state of our Earth consciousness. We're going to have a new Earth. We're going to have a new way of living. Now, it doesn't seem like that with everything going on around the planet, but look at it from a non-Earth based perspective. No, there's no apocalypse. There's going to be the ascension of the planet into a new Earth. So that's what you're a part of. You're there to help the planet go into that. Your books are going to help people understand what the new Earth is going to be like. I really feel you've been blessed in a very beautiful way. And, you know, just make contact with the space people from that planet, that being. You can contact them any day you want and, you know, can ask them to come back, come into your home, sit down with you. They will. If you really say it clearly and loudly in your telepathic contact, they will reconnect with you. They're going to do it anyway. You know, it's not like this is the last night or yesterday's the last night. It's only the beginning.
And Commander, can I just add to that too? I feel like
Yeah, absolutely.
Saint Leonardo, just you know, take it slow and don't get caught up in the hype and like, you know, just the propaganda that you read and things, you know, that are really uncertain. Because I mean, this is new terrain for for contactees. And I think that's probably the reason why we've all kind of come together here, because everyone's story is just a little bit different, but we all have a common thread, you know?
Yes, exactly. Yes, I'm Catholic, so I don't know how to take this. It seems like at first I wanted to see it as an angel.
Yeah, and I'm
So,
an iconographer.
yeah, no, Saint Leonardo, that's okay. It's okay because
Yeah.
within your faith, and you might not be aware of this, but the Vatican has, the Pope has an alien ET on his robes.
They got the knowledge. They got the knowledge. They
So
know
let
that
that
there's
let that give you some solace that even though the religion has told us, hey, God just created the earth and the humans. If the Pope's got an ET on his robe, what does that tell you?
Yeah, and it's important to know that they're collecting the data and the knowledge. You know, they're collectors of knowledge, and they know spirituality is much broader than what meets the eye. You know, it's really important to understand that and to just don't get caught up in everything. All right, Commander? What happened? Hello?
I press the button here. No, I was looking at my thing here. I was pressing something to send a note to somebody,
Okay.
and I just made sure I didn't disconnect myself here. No, everything's good.
Okay, so basically,
No, we're good.
I was gifted 3 cats. I got 2 cats now. One of them went with them. I don't understand why they would give me 3 and take away
Do you
1.
think the cat just like, you know how cats like I had a friend one time where my cat got in their van and like they took the cat to their house and didn't realize the cat was in their van.
I'm worried
So
about the cat.
yeah, I'm sure they'll take care of it. You know, I won't
Yeah,
worry.
they
Yeah,
will.
don't
They're
worry about the
beautiful
cat.
people.
The
They'll
cat's
take care of it.
good.
Yeah, so the cat went on a little ride. It's gonna come back enlightened.
When
They
you
will.
meet the cat again, the other cats are going to be older, and that cat is going to look younger.
And that cat's going to be able to talk to you telepathically too.
That is so funny. Oh, I love it.
You know, and you also, from the religious perspective, you said you were Catholic. You're more than just a Catholic. That's just the religion you were brought up in. You are not from this planet. You're connected with them. So on their planet, there's no religion. So here you have a term Catholic. I was brought up in the Jewish faith, and I dropped out of it. I dropped out of all that stuff. But you're
Wow.
more than just a Catholic. You're way more than that. Now you should know that, especially with this encounter. You can throw that out the window. Your religious understanding, you are definitely connected with this space being and this civilization. And they're going to teach you a lot of stuff. They're going to give you information. You're going to get information that nobody on this planet knows about that whole area where they come from. You're going to
Yes.
have some great books. When you write those books, they're going to be factual. They're going to be direct information, and people are going to buy them and read the books because they're going to help people.
So
Yeah, I believe that.
there are a lot of people in the comments too. If you have a minute to kind of scroll through the comments, our commentary and the people in our group in the room are so amazing. They say the most intelligent and really beautiful things. Like everyone's just saying such beautiful things. And Chris is saying illuminate, and Zilla is saying fear nothing, and Felicia is saying precious cat. They're just like supporting you all the way,
Yeah.
and it's just so nice to see. And then, they're talking about the cat because they kind of feel you, and
Yeah.
each and every one of them have had their own experience, which just makes it so phenomenal. And so, if you have a
Well,
moment,
it's incredible. The cats that were left behind, the two cats that I have, they almost act as if they're twins. They go to the
Mhm.
bathroom together. They eat together. Everywhere they go, it's like they're the mirror image of each other.
yeah.
That's what
Yeah,
shocked me.
that's pretty cool. That's beautiful.
Well, cats
Thank
are
you, Michelle,
really
for that.
ancient. Cats are ancient. They have, there's something really special about them, and they're unique in their own, they're very elevated, no doubt.
Yeah. Well, speaking
Sorry,
of
guys.
elevated,
I'm still
it's
researching.
now about 1:30 in the morning on the East
Is
Coast.
there
I love to thank you, Michelle, for all the earths there. I appreciate all the gifts. I want to thank you, Leonardo. I want you to be part of watching the show. And if anything else happens, I want you to, if you have another visitation in a couple of days directly and they come to your house, I want you, if they're sitting there at the table, I want you to bring that space person on live. And we'll do it. So I want you to commit to that. If it happens, it will happen again. You have to ask them telepathically, would they be willing to come onto our broadcast? They're invited. See, that's what we do on this
imagine
show.
that?
We take it
Yes,
where
I'll do that.
we take this
I
show
will
where
do
no
that.
one else goes.
Yes, I like that. And I'll put the camera on next time. I'm gonna have
Hey,
because I have
Leonardo,
a camera.
I'm just
Wow.
letting you know I'm going to impose writer's law that we have first rights to any encounter stories.
Right.
Yeah, we want to hear the first chapter
Right. We do.
in the room.
Oh, I have multiple chapters I've already written down since see, this is the incredible part. Since the visitation, I have chapters already, chapters and chapters of
Oh,
Oh my God.
information.
I believe it. I believe it.
I do believe it too. Yeah.
And I can
Hey,
send that to
I just want
Commander.
to
I can send
go ahead.
that to Commander. I can send the chapters because I wrote them all digitally, so I can send
I,
Commander. I can send
I,
you all of the chapters that I have written,
I
and
would
we
love to
can.
read it.
Yeah. What is your email?
My email is CmdrAleon at AOL.com.
That's right. You're sending that email into the past.
Yeah, definitely. I would love to stay on all night and talk about this, but it's 1:30 in the morning.
I know.
Um, I want you to come on again. You can come on whenever you want, man, if you have more information. Oh, he left. Leonardo, thank you for being on here. This show is recorded. No, I'm live now, but we're recording the show. Tomorrow morning, this show will be on my YouTube channel, Ashtar Command Spaceship News. I have all my encounter shows that are recorded from the live there. Okay. And I want to thank everybody for being here. Thank you for all your gifts. I want to thank James. I want to thank Grace for coming in here. my co-host, and Grace, our spiritual helper for people. I just want to thank you all for being here. And if you'd like to send any last gifts, I'd appreciate that now. So if you love what we did tonight, if you love what we are doing on TikTok, please show some love that way if you can. If you don't have any TikTok coins, that's fine. But if you do have 1,000 coins, we'll do a galaxy. Matter of fact, I have a thing here, and I'm going to do it here. Let's see here. I'm sending a pin to do some galaxies here. So I've got 2 more galaxies to go to reach a goal here, and I have it on my screen. So definitely any gifting you want to do, please do. Again, thank you, everybody. I want to thank all the viewers out there. We love you all. You're all great. Please let people know about the show on TikTok. We do promote it on our Facebook page, and we also promote it certainly on our YouTube with the shows. So thanks again. We'll see you all tomorrow night, Sunday night, 10:30 or 11 p.m. And if you didn't get to go live with us tonight, I'm really learning that it's good to do an interview with one person at a time, and we can get a much better grasp of the story than a whole bunch of people on at once. So I'm doing it that way. I'm not ignoring anybody that wants to come on live, but I thank you all for your patience. And I just think to get a better grasp of the stories, we'll do one person at a time instead of 3 or 4 people. It makes it more that we hone in on that person's story a lot better.
Before we go, I'm going to tell everybody I'm going to have some research. I'm going to be reading the Bibliotheca Pleiades, and it's a book supposedly, people interviewed in Area 51, and they've got history of the Earth going back over 200,000 years. So I'm going to be trying to read and disseminate all of it. It's a pretty big big file.
Yeah, when I get
that looks so far pretty interesting stuff.
Yeah, great show, everybody, and you'll make it a great show.
Really good show.
I want to send our love out to everybody. And again, tomorrow night, people that have had visits, people that are within the government that have high security clearance are welcome on here. And if you know somebody who's like that and wants to be a whistleblower, this is the show to do it on here on Encounters. Take care, everybody. Have a good morning. We'll catch you on my morning show on the radio, WESU-FM. Everybody tune in 11:30 to 1 p.m. on the East Coast, WESUFM.org, Pacifica Radio, my show, The Cosmic Eye, Ashtar Command Radio. Take care, everybody. Catch you later.